Are we all ready to play Dungeons and Dragons? Apart from we haven't seen a single dungeon and or a single dragon yet.
Yes, being the opposite
Dungeons
word.
and Dragons, it's Dungeons and Doors, because let's face it, those are the biggest enemies. Dungeons and Doors, or Doors and Doors, if you really want to kind of, you know.
Cool. Well, welcome back to Crit Happens, plays Echoes of the Past, now in podcast format. So do remember that when you roll your dice, call out your numbers. Because not many people that listen to us can see us, which is great, because I'm an ugly shit. But anyway.
Okay, we'll do that.
So, last we left off, I've got to remember what we did. What did we do? Someone else give me a recap. Come on, Vicky, give me a recap what we did last time.
So Flopsy and Julius went from a visit to the post office in the bakery and met up with Hew and Lugas at the Arcane Palace. We spoke to the guy behind the counter for a little bit. And then as we left, Flopsy had an out-of-world experience where she went into the ethereal plane, saw a shadow man who seemed a bit ominous, and then said something about the netting as well. And the reason she went into that is because the sky was dark. It was like nighttime, but at 4 p.m. or something. And then we walked back to the Morning Wood. Julius put on a show. And there was like a big storm a brewing, and we all went to bed. Julius went out, but everything was closed because of the storm. And then Flopsy started reading the book, and that's where PvP shenanigans took place, where Gribble, Grobbit, whatever his name is, basically went mad, tried to sabotage the group, and the group decided for the group survival that Gribble Grobbit had to die. And so he was stabbed to death, the water was saved, and they're on the way to the nearest town in the hopes that they can get some rest and rations.
Wow.
That was an excellent rundown.
I mean, I've been DMing for the past year thinking I've got to do the recap every time, and I've just discovered that if you make your players do it, it ends up 10 times better. So that's great. Get ready, because I'll narrow in on you next time, Darren, and you can do it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Who knows what I'll feel like. So we will continue our session still within the night, within the Morning Wood. I believe you are all within the same room, curled up underneath the blankets, reading this spooper, scary book.
I think I'm in the room that me and Julius would normally be in, and Lugas and Hew are in theirs.
There you are. That's why I don't do the recaps. So, Flopsy, as you close the book, tell us how you feel.
Real shit. Like, so she's just gonna close the book, eyes wide, staring at the wall. The fuck was that? He was right. This is really shit. And then she's going to like tuck the book under her arm, sidle off the bed, and sort of walk, but in a haunted way, to the door, open it, and go towards Lugas and Hew and just like rap on the door for that. Hello?
Who goes there?
It's me.
What are your intentions?
I read the fucking book.
Come in. That requires emotional support.
So yeah, I'm gonna walk in.
So as you open the door,
like wide eyes.
As you open the door, the scene that I'm imagining you're seeing, I was for some reason left with a bag full of squirrely Dans. They are everywhere. the Dans have happened, and I'm trying to get them back in. I can't.
Lucas
give me
has
a-
taken cover in one of the drawers. You can just see his eyes poking through a tiny gap. It's mostly closed.
So
But these things appear to have a vendetta against him.
So I imagine these squirrels, squirrely Dans, they are these sort of triangle shape. They kind of resemble some sort of rodent with a long sort of ribbony tail. But what you notice is that they are clockwork. But as you sort of unleashed most of your bag, Hew, is that one sort of darts towards the wall, and as it hits the wall, it does a 90-degree turn and it goes up the wall and then goes along the ceiling. So they're not only just swirling around on the floor, but they're everywhere. They're the bomb shoes from Zelda. If you remember them, that's it.
Yeah.
Up the walls. So that's the squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. Get
I've
the
just gone
fucking things.
One
Wait a
hellscape to another one. What on earth has happened here?
Oh, Flopsy, just give me a hand. I opened the bag. They're everywhere.
I'll chuck the book onto the bed and then just do my best to try and catch as many of these rat things as possible.
Yeah, sure. Make a
I'd like to badly coach them.
make a sleight of hand check with
Oh,
advantage.
that one. Could I-
Flopsy and Hew. As
Oh man!
as Lugas
You
is
get-
assisting you with morale boosting cheerleading.
So with advantage, I rolled a 2 and a 3,
Mm.
and that makes 11.
Okay, between the two of you, even though I was hoping this would be a disaster, seeing the 2 and the 3, you do manage to get all your squirrely Dans back in the bag, Hew. But it might take you some time to rewind all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I'm helping, just I'll be explaining what's going on as I'm chasing the rats around the room. Okay, so get back here, you little shit. So I read the book. Julius hasn't come back yet, so I thought, well, I need to talk to someone about it. Get back here. So I thought I'd come over here, to try and just perhaps trauma dump a little bit, because Lugas, what the fuck was that?
I don't tell me I didn't warn you. You were thoroughly warned
It's a shit
beforehand.
book.
That is horrible.
No, it was even worse. So the little angry gnome man, the dwarf, whatever it was, he just went. He was horrible. He just went mad. Started biting through some of the water that they managed to find. They ended up going into a massive scrap. Next thing you know, the group has just jumped on him. He's dead. And there's dead demons, and there's fire, and there's mud and ichor, and I'm just there going, what the fuck did I just read? I swear I've seen better horror shows, to be quite honest with you. This is nightmare inducing.
Hey.
It's a terrible book. It's not good. I don't want to read it. I think we should bury it.
I don't think we should do that, because it does belong to the museum, remember. I think if we buried it, they'd probably be a bit pissed off. But I do think that perhaps, as horrible as it is, and it's probably I don't think I'm gonna read it nightly, and perhaps I can give it to Julius for the next one. He tends to be up in the night, so perhaps he could have, some fun with that. But I think it's important because it seems to be involved with the cataclysm in some way. The post stuff, at least. Perhaps it's going to be good to learn a little bit about it, especially the amount of Argon that seems to be turning up.
Perhaps. How about we agree? Let's just not read it alone. I had the most horrible nightmares after reading that bloody book.
But
We could all sit. We could have a reading circle.
That sounds wonderful. I think that might be something that I might be interested in for later.
You can count me out and just like tell me afterwards. I'd like to sleep.
So it is worth mentioning, Lugas. So as Flopsy is sort of describing what she read in the next chapter of this book, you couldn't help but just catch on to a little small detail of the figure that they saw that passed over the water skin that was full of water. You get the impression that this was a figure of divine nature, quite possibly the description of what the gods would have looked like.
Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion that passing elderly gentleman, apparently decked out in magical armor with just a pouch of pure clean water. Like how long would the cataclysm have been going on by the time of that? It's not dated, is it?
It is.
I'd
say it was. It was. There's enough information out there that says that the God War went on for 1,000 years, right? But the gods were missing far sort of before that. There's sort of the aftermath of it. It was only after 1,000 years before the surviving factions of Faerun population, sort of the original inhabitants and their descendants, managed to rebuild. So, yeah, they typically say the nightmare went on for 1,000 years. But
yeah, but I was more curious, like, from how long had this sort of apocalyptic scenario been going on during the events of the book? Because I was thinking Lucas would bring up is like this random figure decked out in like this shiny magical armor fighting on is just carrying pure clean water in his bag when this apocalypse of black ichor and red disgustingness has been going on for months.
Yeah, so you are quite right. It's a good observation. So you get the sense that him carrying a water skin full of clean water is almost nothing short of a miracle in that kind of environment.
Yeah. So if that was a sort of divine figure in mortal gaze, then I guess we don't interrogate the elderly. If that's the one.
It seemed like that was one of the good ones, at least. The way he described him, what he was doing, he seemed to be like going after the demons and the devils. But I will say, I think what that old dickhead, the one with the broken glasses, Chester, he really stuck his foot into that one. Said that the gods had forsaken them, so that would have made him sound great.
He's a bit... Yeah, I don't really like those types. They sort of like group everyone together. I understand it. Like, from all you's perspectives, they haven't really done much since being reduced to mortal form. But, like, you can hardly, like, call...
I think sometimes it's very difficult to put your ire towards, like, it's easier to just blanket them, isn't it? I mean, it's something that we do in Baldur's Gate all the time. Where we are now because the gods had a war and didn't really think of the collateral.
Well, if I ever meet Tyr again, because I know he still has some divine power, I'll sort of, I'll give you I'll prop it up, say, oh, there's this police. Yeah, could you do something a bit here?
Would be nice.
I mean, yeah, if I see him again, that'll be ace. I'll put in a good one for you.
Here's Lugas. Well, I think I'm going to go back to bed, but if it's okay with you, I'm going to leave that right there. And she's just going to point at the book on the bed.
Oh, thank you. I thought you said you were going to go give that to Julius. Why don't you take that out of our room?
Good. He's not there at the moment, so if you just keep a hold of it, and then we can give it to Julius later. He's probably gone gallivanting somewhere, although with the wind the way it is, I'm surprised he can find anywhere where fun is to be had.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I would have literally, like, blown a mile in that if I'd been left outside. I'd be like a paper bag.
I'm just terrified of the window being smashed again. If he throws any more rocks at it, I will kill him.
Oh, I'd advise against that. Actually, you know what? Do what you want. I'm on holiday.
The excuse every time.
Is the wind still banging outside?
Yeah, it's getting pretty rough.
Is there any furniture in the room that we can move in front of the window? Or is the window still moving enough to be worried about it breaking?
I'd say you're pretty confident the window will hold. It's not any kind of tornado, hurricane.
Okay.
But it's just eerily bad out there. Yeah,
it's only.
I figured that fucking. I just think it's that book. I'm going to cover the book with a blanket. It's making me feel all weird in here. I don't like it. You're still in the drawer, aren't you, Lugas? You're sleeping in the drawer. Yeah, I'll
since the rats got out.
Just telepathically talking for a crack in the drawer.
This glint of like purple. You can just see two eyes.
That's terrifying.
Especially if you like just get a psychic through your head. I could Eldritch Blast you from a drawer.
Yeah. And with that, we'll pop on over to Julius. You tell me where you are, right?
Hey, homies. Sorry. I'm very, I'm on the iPad, so I don't have any Foundry or anything.
You're good. Where would Julius be right now, you reckon?
Well, I came back because I tried to gallivant and computer said no. So I came back with what I think is a homeless person.
Yeah, you did. You just reminded me of that.
Oh my god. I forgot what his name was. It was like Andre or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. So I came back with him. But then I just remembered, I don't know, I'll storm upstairs and then I'll burst into the room where, is it Flopsy? Has she gone back to her room or is she still in?
You'll probably find me in the corridor as I'm going out of Lugas's and Hew's back into ours.
I'll just be going as though to walk past you. I'll be like, don't talk to me. Actually, wait, hang on. And I'll barge past her and then thrust the door open. Hugh, I need your top. Hello.
Darren?
Did you hear me?
Darren.
He's so shocked he can't respond.
Hello.
Darren.
Hello.
What do you need?
I need your pink shirt. And Lugas, I need yours as well.
I don't think it. Why?
For reasons. I'll
take it straight off.
I don't. Whatever you use it, I know it'll fit, but sure.
I'll just gather them up. And I'll walk out of the room, straight into Flopsy and Julius's room.
And Flopsy's just going to be in the corridor, being like, "Oh, hi, Flopsy. How are you doing? Have you had a good night? It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while."
What are you talking about? I saw you literally like an hour ago. And I'm just going to go.
Yeah, since then I've been heavily traumatized, and I'm just going to follow you into the room.
Why?
What are you traumatized by this time?
It's that damn book. Lugas did warn me, but I don't think there were any words that could truly express just how absolutely disgusting that book is.
And this is why I never learned to read. Only bad things come out of books.
Julius, you can read books.
He's just gonna sit down on the bed and start getting things out of like his shopping bags that he got earlier. Lay out Hew's top, lay out Lugas's, what I imagine looks like a Barbie outfit. like a pink Barbie top.
Yeah, you're not far off.
So
did you have
what brings you back?
Huh?
What brings you back so early? You normally, this is far earlier than normal.
Oh yeah, it was dead outside, Nowhere was open. You would think in a city like this somewhere would be open, right?
I wonder why.
Very inclement weather,
Yeah, but still, even more of a reason to get out. We could all be dead by tomorrow.
Well, yes. What are you doing?
Flops, I really, really need quiet during my creative process, okay?
She's just gonna kind of go, seriously?
I'm just gonna start ripping shit and like getting out my needle and thread, jabbing it into my thumb every now and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
get out some paints.
I'm gonna need a roll.
Yeah.
To see how much you really fuck these up.
Yeah.
Make me a. Have you got real dice there, Kate?
I've got real dice, and I'm just trying to find my stats on D&D Beyond.
I got you. Roll me a performance check. You got a +6 mod to that.
15.
15. Yeah, not too bad, really. You can't do anything majorly extravagant. But what you make do out of all of them, you can make them look a little bit better.
Cool.
Julius, what the fuck are you doing? We need to wear those tomorrow.
I know. That's why I am doing this. Did you see them?
Well, yeah, but they're supposed to be worn as is. That's the part of the deal.
No. Look. The way I see it is brand representation is all about making the brand look good. Right?
Well, yes, but surely it's also part of it, being the choice of the brand, right?
Yeah, and I'm keeping all of their stuff the same, pretty much, with just a few improvements. Plus, did you see those blooming green sleeves, green leaves, purple perils, people?
The leaf springers are yeah.
Yes, they all have like a group thing, and all we have is like pink with a smiley sun. So, anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's perfectly acceptable to, strike terror into the hearts of our enemies,
I mean, if terror is what we're going for. I'm pretty fucking scared of Lugas in a tiny dress, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, what was so traumatizing about this book?
Oh my God, Julius, honestly. So I know Lugas said it was bad. They all woke up in a mouldy logs and then walked for about 5 days. Each one, slightly more demons, slightly more dead people. At one point, they were like, I don't know, I think one of them ate a corpse at one point. And then... And then they were all just looking for water. And then at one point, there was like a dead demon somewhere, but they stayed far away from that and met some Lugas says it must have been some kind of divine deity in mortal form because of the general vibe that he gave off. And he gave them some water. And then the idiot dwarf that had gone a little bit mad at this point, apparently he'd gone like completely paranoid, like shit crazy, just decided to like bite into the water and take it all by himself. So the group just like pile drived on him and just like fucking murdered him right there. Like, and the book goes into great gruesome detail about how like, the swords like stuck into flesh and, and it also went into a lot of detail about what the taste of whatever dead thing the guy ate as well. Honestly, it just, I don't want to read it again, not by myself. Hew suggested a reading circle.
First of all, terrible idea. Second of all, Sounds like a night out in Trent, I'm not going to lie.
Right. Julius, I really want to see Trent at some point. I know that you've been like, saying that it's boring and it's small and stuff, but I mean, the more you say it with the knife drinking game and, apparently cannibalism, just Trent sounds like a blast.
Yeah. Look, Mitz, I was thinking, okay.
Be
Do
careful.
you have any... Like, is it just you and your parents in Baldur's Gate?
I mean, what do you mean my family? Because there's a lot more people in Baldur's Gate, but they don't all relate to me.
No, I mean, obviously, it's not just you and two other rabbits, big rabbits in Baldur's Gate. Hare and Nones, whatever you're called.
Harangans, yes.
Yes, that one. But I mean, like, you don't have any, like, cousins or aunts or, like, siblings or...
No, not really. We're pretty... If we do, my parents never said anything. But they said, yeah, it was just me, my ma and pa, and we just made do with what we did. I had a few friends on the streets, when my mum went to market day. Although market day was a little bit different from, what we see in Neverwinter. It was a little bit darker, gloomier, more fog,
Yeah.
pollution.
And these people who, like, they're looking after your mum and dad, you never thought of just, like, breaking them out?
I thought about it, but I don't really have the resources. They're pretty... I don't know much about them. They're a pretty clandestine group from what I can see. Kind of, I think they're an offshoot of the government. Well, the government, like whatever fucking government that a crime-ridden city has, but they don't. I'm just from the lowest city, or what's left of the lowest city. I'm not special.
We all watched you swallow a battery. I think that's pretty special.
Okay, I wasn't always special. Like, and that's not the kind of special I want it to be.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it was a good kind of special.
But, I mean, perhaps it's something that I could think about. But I need more time. I need more skills. I need to train more. I need to get more information. Unfortunately, the only thing that I know about the group is that it's headed by my handler, or at least I think it is. And they have my parents, and they just want to know about Argon. I was kept in, like, effectively a nicely gilded cell for about several months. I didn't really see much. Like, I can't currently because my fringe is just in my face.
I can only see part of the screen as well. It's really annoying. Well, you've got him. This is really disturbingly close, isn't it? I can't make it right. I'm gonna have to go like this. You've before it was just you, and now there's Hew's pretty handy, and Lugas is pretty handy. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it.
I mean, the thing is that the only person that's really kind of struggling with this deal is me. And I wasn't struggling until, Argons just started popping out of nowhere. But, I mean, my parents are supposedly in luxury. I believe that's what I've been told. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily trust them as far as I could spit, but I would like to go and get them. I'd love to see them again. I've never actually been able to explain what happened. The last time I saw them, I got whisked off. I don't even really get into actual letters back from the ones I write.
Maybe we can just think about it.
Yeah. Like that. And perhaps whatever group that my handler works for or works with or is in charge of, maybe I can learn a little bit more about them. I mean, at the moment, I would say perhaps we should keep them on side for now because they might have a little bit more information about the grits, and I'm just waiting for a response to my letters,
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask around. I know. I just think there's maybe something we could do to help.
I would appreciate that, actually. It'd be nice to see them again.
Yeah. I'll just carry on.
So what are you doing?
I'll show you tomorrow. You just go to sleep. Rest your little fluffy bunny head. Let me work.
She's just going to scowl at you at that.
It's funny because I believe that we've been in this campaign for about 4 nights now, right? And I don't think Julius has slept for a single one of them.
He did. He just gets up very late.
Fair enough.
But no, he's a night. What's it called? A night owl.
A night owl. Cool. Anything
Little
else
night owl.
anyone would like to do before we finish the night and complete our long rest?
Hugh, have you got any familial exposition that you'd like to spout off?
I don't know what
Subtle as
that
a brick.
means.
Have you got any relatives, Hugh? Any family back home?
Exposition. No, not really. I was always a bit of a loner. Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, I mean, I do have parents and family, but yeah, it's not really not really a way to be. We're one big family back in the commune, so.
Aye. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. So, well, so I did have a question. What?
I'm just going to try and switch to my phone to see if that makes it any better.
Oh god, Kate's pressing buttons.
I'll be 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh dear. And on that note, unless there's nothing else, we will go ahead and take a long rest. Mage armor boy, who applied his mage armor before he went to bed. What a silly Billy. He's got to do it again
It
now.
lasts 8 hours.
Nah, see, the way I like to think about it is mage armor lasts all day, but you can't sleep in it. Because of its reflective properties and its defensive properties, being able to sort of consume spells and aid in deflecting attacks, it is very itchy at night, as mage armor. So it's up to you. If you'd like to sleep in your mage armor, you may.
Was that going to give me any disadvantages on the next day?
No. I just like to think, yeah, I just like it. Deal with it.
Sure.
You may sleep in your mage
I
armor.
will.
Take 40 points of damage.
Oh, fuck. I'm dead. You were right, the squirrel did die quite early.
There we go. No,
Shit.
you're all good. I'm a nice guy. So, as you all sleep, you were all awakened by... That's a trumpet, in case anyone was wondering. And you can hear outside of your windows almost like a marching parade. Julius, as you are a night owl and have seemingly got up in what is going on, as you check the window, you can see around about 20 to 25 of the city patrol, all holding large banners heading towards the morning wood.
Oh. Wait, is it still nighttime?
Nope, it's morning now.
Oh. Oh, it's morning. Oh, it's morning.
Oh, it's morning.
But they're heading.
it's morning.
They're heading. It's morning. But they're heading towards us.
Yeah.
Do they look angry?
No, they don't look particularly angry. But one of us blowing a girt horn.
Okay, I'll just stretch, run my fingers through my hair. Hey, Mitz, we're either getting arrested I don't have any other options. I think we might be getting arrested.
Oh, could they wait just 5 more minutes? I'll go into the cell in peace if that's the case.
Yeah, no. Me too. Do you think we should go and get the others?
Yes. She'll just kind of like, as her name suggests, she'll just like flop out of bed.
Julius will like hiccup whatever's remaining in a pretty large bottle of alcohol that was probably full at the beginning of the night. So just kind of sniff it, finish it off, gather up my lovely creations.
Oh God.
Head to the others' rooms.
Hew and Lugas, you also hear this deafening horn from outside your window.
He was straight up and at the window, butt naked. Hew sleeps naked, by the way. I'm going to put that out there.
So,
Yeah.
as you encroach on this window, it's a large-ish window. I'm going to say that the windowsill sort of comes up just above where you would otherwise
The morning
be
wood.
I'm so tempted to give you inspiration.
I vote yes. I vote yes.
I mean, it's a committee vote. You may receive inspiration for your great joke. Wow. So, as Hew's morning wood is okay, and concealed by the windowsill, you do see that the guards, or what makes up this sort of parade of town guards, just stops right before your window. Your room is sort of on the outward-facing side of this building, and you can see the street. It's where you once saw the magician, or the child magician, doing their insane amount of sorcery the day before. And one of the guards looks up to you and just goes, "There he is!" And you'll see the man with the large horn just turns to you. It's this long, great big brass horn that does about 5 different twirls before ending up sort of flaring out to the sky. And he just goes, "Hew!
Open up the window.
Flopsy, Julias, and Lugas, you are hereby summoned by the Council of Neverwinter to the competition hall."
Shh. The landlady is very angry. You probably want to keep it down. Just a little bit.
So, I'll have this. So, within about 5 seconds, you hear a door just slam open, and Lucy is now on the street with 2 cleavers, swinging them around, trying to get rid of this parade. And you can just hear her going, "Akko! Akko!" It's all kicking off downstairs. What are you all doing?
So yeah,
What
we're
are
just
the
like knocking
guards
on the
doing?
door.
Guys, I think we're getting arrested. Hello. Do you think they're awake?
I
yes.
don't know.
Yes.
Luke, shut the door.
Yeah, you hear Lucas's voice in the back of your head. Fucking yes! From you to banging on the flipping one-man band outside.
He sounds pissed. What happened to Lugas last night?
I headbutted the top of the drawer when I woke up.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good news. I'll just open the door.
I
That
use
fucking
this
sucks,
a lot,
man. I'm
thing.
so sorry.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Here's your Barbie outfit.
I'm sorry?
It's a hat.
Was-
Here,
that was-
Hugh,
that
here's
was
your
a
shirt.
That was a robe
Not a Barbie
yesterday.
outfit. It's okay.
Why is it a float?
Do you think we're like? Do you think we're meant to be like ready to go now, or do you think that we get to the place and then we?
I think we just have to go now. I think that's what the parade thing's for. What? And I am going to step next to Hugh at this point and look out the window and see the carnage that Lucy is causing.
Mhm.
Oh no.
You is
Julius,
still
Julius.
naked, by the way.
What?
You
What?
slept next to a large naked man.
I think you need to step into
what is
this
the
one.
parade doing?
So they're currently restraining Lucy on the floor as she's just twirling around. So yeah, they yeah.
So they haven't run away.
No.
Good old Lucy.
We'll be late down. You probably can't hear me.
Well, so they can't hear you from the obscenities and the shouting that Lucy is that you can just hear from the window. Just fucking get off of me, you fucking shits! I've lived in the city for 20 years. Fuck off!
I tried to warn them, Flopsy. I tried to warn them to keep it down, but
I don't think.
Anyway, where's my robe?
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Here you go. I got presents for everybody. Here's Hew. Here's yours. Cover your ass. Very hairy.
So I'll duck into. Go on, describe it, Kate. What have you done to my outfit?
Okay. So, in my mind, in Julius's mind, have you guys seen Arcane?
I've
So you
seen
know,
bits.
the vibe where it's like pink, but it's like electric blue and like all like different kind of electric colors. You know, like Jinx's mad stuff.
Yeah, very much
One
pilt over graffiti. Yeah, very much.
100. That's 100%. What I imagine is Julius has like taken the pink robes and he's tried to make them look as fucking cool as possible. But he's still got the suns on the back. But he's just maybe done like little crosses in the eyes. Like maybe one of them's got little teeth on them or something. He's just tried to make it like a bit cooler. And he's done a little on Hew's. There's like a little patchwork kind of axe thing, like little double-handed axe. And then like little kind of Eldritch Blast kind of stitching for Lugas's thing, like purple frazzle, whatever it is. And then on each of them, they've got like a little tiny patch as well. That's like a bulldog type thing. That's like got a mean face like this, right? And he's done a little on each of them, like the underdogs, because he couldn't think of a better name.
What a pitch.
And everyone thinks we're gonna suck.
So
Will we not going 2.5 furries?
Well, as you're all stood there in your
Not PC enough for the
bright
kids.
pink robes with a sun with a smiley face on it, but with this almost punk-like graffiti tattered all over these robes. You very much, that's the picture that's in my head of you four lined up together. Very good.
I've just got a pauldron. That's all I've got.
What about Julius's? What's he done to his own?
Oh man. Oh, what a great question. First of all, Flopsy, if she looks close enough, will just see a tiny little carrot stitched into hers because he knows how mad it's going to make us.
I don't like carrots, Julius. It's a bad stereotype.
I know, that's why it's funny. I'll give you like a little nudge. Like, no, it's just, it's just a little in-joke for us.
She's not impressed.
Oh God, what's Julius done to his own? I imagine it's like imagine the hybrid between Jinx from Arcane and Assassin's Creed is what I've got in my head.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, like
something like that.
A pink Assassin's Creed.
Pink Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I don't know.
So many different Assassin's Creed things going on in my head.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like
Ezio?
Yeah,
like
the Ezio version, but
the
like it's been cubed on by all of these really bright colours. And there's like where the hood is, there's just like teeth. It's like cut like its teeth, so it kind of looks like the jaw of a dog or something. Yeah.
Awesome.
There we go.
That one wizard's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I love it. Brand representation is about making the brand look good. Sometimes the customer doesn't always know what they want.
Is there a mirror in the room, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like saying something that said, "This is entirely not on me."
Yeah.
That's definitely one of those.
I don't know what you guys are.
There's really large mirrors that you can just view your whole body in.
Yeah. I'm just going to spend some time flexing that. I like it. Yeah, I think it looks much better than the original one. I think you've done an excellent job, Julius. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. God, you make it look fucking great, Hugh. Anyway, how's Lucy getting on? Oh, hang on. I placed about 2 gold that she's knocked out someone's teeth. Any takers?
No, I think that's something that she would actually do. I don't think there's any
I'd
way
agree.
to
Kind of a guarantee.
We're all there just nodding. Yes.
Yeah. I agree. Probably more.
I'll tell you what. Somebody roll me a D100. Let's see how well Lucy does.
D100? That many teeth?
Well, no, I don't mean teeth. Let's roll a luck check to see how Lucy does.
If I was a Neverwinter dentist, I'd be like, this is just fucking bank.
God, so roll a D100 for me, please. Then.
Okay. For all the Neverwinter dentists out there. 100. That's one.
That's a 1.
What?
That is a 1. So 100 will be 0, 0, 0.
Okay.
That is so. Wow,
Lucy.
Okay. Yeah, Lucy. So as you stare outside the window, Lucy has been fully restrained. They've actually got her sort of hog-tied now and bound and gagged, and they're now just taking her away while just going, come on, Julius, Hew, Lugas, Flopsy. I forgot. I had to figure out which names I said originally.
Yeah.
Get down.
You know what, Julius? I think I'll take you up on that now.
Too late.
Right, well, I think we'd better go and, meet our esteemed visitors.
Right.
Maybe let's try and get Lucy out as well. Just,
Me, yeah.
I reckon she's quite enjoying it. Anyway.
Cool. So, as you all gather up your equipment, because please don't forget it, you have all attuned to your items that you needed to. So as you gather up all your equipment from your boxes, you make your way down, and a gentleman in full sort of gleaming plate armor is stood in front of you with a large pike. You see another man dressed pretty much exactly the same. 2 humanoids, one with a large pike and one with this great billowing, twisting horn. And as you come out, he just sort of goes, "Perp!" Just parps it in your face. And just says, by the order of the council, we are here to retrieve your team for the games. I can see you are all ready, as you are all in your team's colours. He sort of turns to his friend next to him, and they're just sort of sniggering within the crowd. Please come with us.
Gladly.
Are we all off?
Eh?
And yeah.
Whose shoulder am I on?
Are we passing Lucy on the way?
I'm going to say yeah. They've sort of placed her down just about 30 feet down the street, and they've just sort of got her up against a wall, trying to talk some sense into her.
You should probably go easy on her. She's not a morning person. It's very early.
I'll fucking kill you all.
He doesn't mean that.
That's just her way of saying,
that's
I
a
love you.
figure of speech in Ogre.
I'll tell you what. One of you roll me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Probably the bard.
Yeah, I think I'll do it.
Look. Oh, because he's rolled so well on those so far.
What's my modifier?
He's got advantage. He should be alright.
I've only got one d20.
Your modifier is +8.
+8 in it.
Yeah.
Well, the first one's 13.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that? 23. And then the second
21.
is
13 plus 8.
13
21.
plus 8. Sorry, what did I say?
21.
21. Sorry.
23.
And the
21.
second one is Is that a 6 or a 9? I can't read it. Second one's a 9, so 21.
21.
21.
21. You'll see that the guards sort of, they're hesitant. They've sort of got it there, and they will just sort of loosen their grip on Lucy, and she'll just sort of thrash out and just go, why are you all vouching for me?
Because we love you.
Oh, you've been a lovely host.
Oh, I'd liked you all staying at my place. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Anytime.
I'll do the review
Thanks,
thing.
TripAdvisor.
Yes.
Yes,
Yell.
please.
Yes.
My business operates on word of mouth. Please.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll go back to fucking bed. She just punches out the guard next to him, and he just falls to the floor. And the door to the morning wood just slams.
What a lovely lady.
She's great, isn't she?
Perhaps if we lose a member of the games, because one of us gets too scared and presses the button, we can get Lucy in.
You know what? Yeah.
Can I do that now?
Nope. Nope.
So,
It was worth a try.
as you're all on the street now, you can see that there's there's debris everywhere within the streets. Like this storm from the night before has just wreaked havoc, essentially. The trees and shrubberies from the city centre that you've seen, there's quite a load of trees in the city centre. Most of the branches have just made it all the way down these side streets now. You can see people outside of their shops and their homes, and the various buildings along these streets are just all out there sweeping up and picking things up and placing them in baskets, and everyone's sort of helping out, as it were. But apart from that, the sun has just come up. It is very early in the morning. It's around 6 a.m., something like that. And the marching parade of town's guardsmen, holding their large banners, heads towards the city centre. You know what? I'll change it to here, because I like this one. So as you'll make your way into the city centre,
It's a bit more dishevelled.
there is just debris everywhere. But what you can see is there is a large crowd forming the perimeter of what is the central main square of the city centre. It all seems to be all cordoned off with these sort of rope-like barriers, and the crowds all sort of formed around these barriers. Now, in the centre of the city centre are approximately about 14 to 16 wizards, and you would gather these are wizards because you met quite a lot of them from the Magic Emporium. It seems quite a lot of the staff members are there, and you could all just see them tinkering with gadgetry all around the sort of central part of Neverwinter. There's large lights. There seems to be this sort of arcane portal devices just led up in the center of the center of the city square, and they're all sort of tinkering with it. And as the parade comes on through, they sort of lead you through the crowd as it sort of just parts. You can hear a few people just sort of go, "Oh, look at them! Oh, go on! You can do it!" And sort of half the crowd are sort of cheering for you. The other half of the crowd are almost shunning you. Yeah? That's the sort of impression that you're getting. They lead you out into this large square of the city. So it's sort of like 150 sort of feet area squared type deal, as it's all cordoned off. And the parade will lead you to one spot right in the centre. And you'll see the guy holding the pike at the front of the parade just goes, Master Elris, please may you open the gates. And you'll see this wizard just goes, and just envelops this portal in front of you all. And he'll stand there, knock his pike a couple of times, and just go, after you all. Do you all wish to enter?
Well, I suppose it's now or never.
Yeah, and this isn't even going to be our first time walking into a mysterious portal that we have no idea where it leads in 24 hours.
Oh, fair enough. And I'll step straight through.
Oh, he's got the plane stride on Quickdale. He'll be able to get away out of it.
Well, possibly. And as you all step through this portal, you will be transported to a large tavern hall. It is very, very large. Right in the centre of this tavern hall is a pit full of hot coals and fiery embers, where they're roasting sort of two hogs over two spits across them. And it is almost this pit that is dug into the floor. On either side of this pit, there are wooden tables and benches. It seems to be quite a rowdy place. On the bench to the left that you see just straight in front of you, you see a table full of two busky hulking dwarves and two sort of off to the side. The bench to the right has four exact looking dark sort of skin toned drow figures. And you notice a few other individuals that you may have noticed around town here within the tavern. The scene is yours as the portal behind you just closes. And it is you four looking out on the scene you see there. I appreciate you can't see there, Kate, but...
Ah, it's so beautiful. Look at all these people I know.
And it is worth mentioning that you do see
Take
the
a
high
sip,
council
perfect.
members right at the back of the tavern, sat at their own sort of table overlooking everybody.
Okay. I'll just put that in the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
You have found a nice battle map.
Very nice.
Very-
Battle map. We're going to fight
Very
everybody.
nice battle, man.
Look, I can turn the coals on and off again. It's just like a
Whoa.
Magic.
Do it again. Do it again.
off and then on.
My mind is blown.
I imagine
Oh my God.
there's a wizard in there with a clapper.
Oh yes, very much so. These blasted coals. Oh, fuck 'em. Immersion.
Well, do we want to maybe sit by ourselves, or do we want to go see? I mean, I can see Micah over there, and I think that's your girlfriend over there, Julius, and the rest of them.
How
I don't
old
really
are
know.
you? Jesus Christ. I'm going to walk.
Oh no,
Julie
says the
and
man who put a
Julia.
carrot on my shoulder.
I'm going to get a drink first, actually.
Did we spawn in on a bearskin rug?
Yes, yes, you did.
Oh, that.
Hugh's a bit preoccupied. It's barbaric what they do to my kin, isn't it? And I'll just I'd like to pick the bearskin rug up and attempt to kind of sit it at a table.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you could do that.
Oh.
He's just sort of sat there like that.
Right then.
Jesus. Yeah.
So there was food. There was a hog roast, was there?
Definitely a hog roast. Two large, big, fat, succulent pigs being sort of twisted on these spits over these hot coals.
Nothing like a hog roast to breakfast.
Mm.
Absolutely.
And
Really
thereafter,
weak me up.
everybody sat here right now is just drinking ale, slogging it back. The atmosphere in this tavern is very, very light-hearted. There are laughter, there is cheers and all sorts going on. It is a very nice atmosphere.
What's the interaction between the different parties? Like are they mingling or are they sticking together?
Right now, no. There appears to be each individual group seems to just be sticking to their own little clique.
Okay.
Shall we get some drinks? Me?
Yeah, sure. I'll be on that one.
Yeah. So there's no main bar here, but what you see on the tables, they're just full. They're just laden with food, massive massive jugs of ales to pour your own tankards. So it is just a case of sitting wherever you like.
I'm gonna go and sit over at this table here. Let's try and listen into what, because I think are these the purple people?
This is the darkness.
Yeah.
One of them has a large electric guitar.
Hair like out to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be. What I'll do is I'll sit down, grab a tankard, and like pour some, I don't know, whatever beverages on the table, and I'm just gonna be listening in to what they say.
Okay, make me perception checks.
Okay. It's not terrible for me. 15.
It's not terrible. What you do grasp with a 15 is they're not speaking at all. You almost feel a little bit anxious because it appears that table and that squad a little bit awkward. They're not talking to each other. But you can see them occasionally just sort of turn to each other and nod in acknowledgement, almost as if they are conversing within their minds.
Motherfuckers. Well, Lugas, whose shoulder are you on?
I think I rolled a 2 earlier, so yours.
Okay. So, I'll speak to you. Well, no. What I'll do is I'll indicate my head.
A.
Are you just talking? Are you messaging?
Oh, I'll cast message, sure. I'm like, yes, my temple is here. What's up?
They seem to be talking telepathically. Those guys over there.
Oh,
I mean, you're more the expert.
I mean, quite embarrassingly, I can't really read thoughts. I can initiate, can't really listen in.
Yeah, it's almost like they're on a different channel.
Yeah, they appear to be using some sort of Drow FM 1109.
They're in a different WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only really run on Squirrel.
Squirrel FM. Bow, bow, bow.
Hey. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think. It's okay. And I wasn't expecting you to read their minds or anything, but I just wanted to confirm, because I've never really noticed telepathic communication before. You're the first one that I've properly kind of seen.
Oh. Apart from your own. Maybe
well, yes, but I don't
reaction.
think. I don't think that's so much telepathic. I think that's more, just haunting.
Oh, lovely. Great to hear that.
I know. I'm thrilled. Oh, I need to change that's the point. I need to change my proficiency because I get to change that.
Yeah, you certainly do.
Well, we can at least assume they're probably strategizing if they're refusing to talk aloud. They're definitely keeping some secrets.
Well, as I scan the room, like, what do the deep delvers seem to be doing? Because they're one of the other teams that we don't really know all that much about.
Yep. So what you know of the deep delvers is you've been told that they are dwarven folk. And you did get the sense that you saw them before walking down in the streets of Neverwinter, and these four fellows here. They are being loud, brash, knocking back drinks like no one's business. They don't appear to be talking any kind of strategy, just getting pissed up at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Nice.
Well, they just seem to be the kind of people that will just hit things, so... I'm going to be saying this quite quietly as well, so that no one's like listening into our strategizing.
This is strategizing?
Well, we're trying to figure out our opponents. Like, at the end of the day, if we're going to be up against these people, we need to know how they kind of play.
The Drow aren't heavily armoured.
Definitely not heavily armoured.
No, they're definitely...
I'll tell you,
they're definitely...
Lugas, make me an Arcana check quick.
Oh, Arcana, your boy's got shit intelligence. Arcana.
Because your brain's so itty bitty.
I got an itty bitty head. 3. Do I get anything?
no.
Nah, you get sensed it. Yeah, it might be some sort of magic user of some kind.
Well, drows do have some innate magic, I think, based on the darkness cloud we saw from the one before.
The leaf springers, we know a little bit more about them, don't we? Do they seem to be? I'm assuming they're chill.
Yeah, they're all pretty chill. They're all just sort of quietly talking between themselves. But Micah will definitely be sort of ushering you over, Hew, as you've sort of made your way up towards the Deep Delvers. But Micah would have definitely noticed you and ushered you over at some point.
Yeah. As I make eye contact, hi, and I'll point to the hog roast. And I say, do I just take?
Of course. And he comes up.
Yeah.
And he takes the entire spit out of this hog and he lifts it up and just slings it on the table. He puts the spit back and you see this new hog, this new pig, just materialise around the spit and then just start turning and cooking again.
Bottomless hog. Never thought I'd see the day.
Bottomless hog. 3 refills on your hog.
Yeah, I'll start ripping into the hog. Then I'll start carving some off of their plates. I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's all manner of utensils and things like that, and he'll just sort of slap you on the back and he'll just say, "How are you, Hew? How are you?"
Yeah, good. Thank you. Excited. This is all a bit new for me, but if the food is like this all the way through, then I think I'm going to have a good time.
May I just say, your attire, all of your friends' attire, spiffing. You look quite something. Definitely stand out.
You know, I think you see the one over there, the Julius. I think he used to be a tailor. I think look at the job, the stitching on this. Isn't it great?
Well, I don't really know what stitching is, I'll be honest.
Dramatic backstory.
I think it's those. Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Just a tailor out for adventure.
What are the leaf springers wearing? What's their garb like?
Yeah, so you notice a few others that you haven't really seen before. But Michael will sort of go on over, and Flopsy, you're sort of seeing this at the same time as you're taking in all of the individual groups. And you see Micah sort of ushers them all over. And he brings on over this large he brings on over this hobgoblin who's dressed in this black sort of leather armour, and there's about 15 knives, daggers, all sorts of different shapes and sizes sort of affixed to his belt, and a large longbow on his back. And he'll just say, "This is Glenn, a fine rogue. Now this may be the only time you see him. He operates from the shadows." He brings on over... What the hell name did I give that one? You see a large sort of elf ranger type person called and he'll go, "This is Ilariel. Long distance, our sniper." And he will usher over and he'll sort of calmly gesture to this white dragonborn with luscious white hair just going back, and he'll say, "This is Esther. Esther is our cleric." And they'll just all sort of bow down and say, "Pleasure to meet you. Hew, I believe it was. Mike has told us a lot about you."
That's it. It's pleasure to meet you. I think, am I right in thinking that you won last time? You're celebrities.
Yes, I wouldn't quite call us celebrities, but we definitely did win. We won a handsome dragon's hoard, that's for sure.
A dragon's hoard.
Well,
goodness.
Exaggerating a little.
Any idea about the prize for this time around?
Well, it appears to be that glowing orb type deal. And between you and me, I believe I heard there's a shitload of money.
A dragon's hoard's worth?
Quite possibly. But, I mean, we don't do this for the prize. We do it for the glory. Of course.
Yes, of course. As do we. Have you met everyone? They're over there on the table.
No, I don't believe we have. Would you introduce us, Hew?
Oh. Flopsy! Bring everyone over.
Oh, guys, we're being called over. Put on your best faces. She'll like tap a shoulder for you to climb on.
Oh, right. Okay.
I was going to go over and speak to Juliet, so I'll be over there.
We'll get to that in just a second then.
All right.
So you guys will head on over. And yeah, you'll see the 4 individuals that are the leaf springers, and they all sort of get up from their chairs and they all sort of bow to you gracefully. And Esther, the large silver dragonborn, with luscious sort of flowing white hair. She's just sort of wearing these sort of more gownic type things, that are sort of a flowing robe, but you can see each one of them is affixed in some sort of green garment, whether that's a part across their belt or things like that. You get the sense that everybody was wearing coloured robes on sort of the first day of these festivals. No one appears to be wearing coloured robes now. It's just all sort of coloured, sort of more mechanics-based garments. You guys are the only ones wearing robes in bright pink, I might say.
Lovely.
A little bit overdressed. But it's great. And they'll just sort of bow to you and they'll say, "It's a pleasure to meet you. Flopsy, was it?"
Yeah, that's me. Sorry, what's your name?
Esther.
It's nice to meet you. This is Lugas. And I'll point at the squirrel on my shoulder.
I can introduce myself, thank you. My name's Lugas.
A Ratatosk. Well, I must say, a rare sight, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
That we are. You as well.
May I ask, what brings you to Faerun?
Well, let's say, sort of, a bit of a mishap happened a long time ago, and I don't currently have access to that sort of things. And I've just been living my life here.
I'm sorry to hear it.
I do miss my family and all that. I overheard you were your group's cleric. You were a person of faith.
And she'll sort of look down. You can see that she's wearing this necklace, and on the end of this necklace is this large sort of devout amulet that is shimmering, and she'll sort of look down and she'll say, "Faith." You could say something like that, yes.
Is that a bit of a sore subject? Yeah, I overheard a bit of that. I've not been here very long.
Yes, I don't tend to call myself a cleric. I am more just a sorcerer.
Oh, okay. In a similar manner, I'm not a full proper cleric either. I guess we both fill that niche of our parties.
May I ask you, Lugas, as you are interested, where do you think your powers come from?
Well, I can only assume my powers originate from the upper planes themselves. Even with the current state of the gods, there is still quite a high levels of natural divine power up there. I can only assume I channel that.
Do you think? That there's still somebody still up there?
I have a strong feeling.
I haven't spoken to any divine being my entire life. Yet here I am, people calling me a cleric. I have powers that heal. Go figure.
Well, hopefully that'll not change soon. Just keep calling for them. They might answer you.
Thank you, Lugas. I think I will. She'll sort of take a sit down and she'll hand you this tankard that she'll sort of move her hand around and she'll just shrink it down to your side, to your size, and hand it over to you. Julius, what are you up to as you make your way over to 4 individuals, 2 of which you will recognise. One, quite unmistakably, a hammerhead shark, appears to just be stood in this tavern. And next to him, or them, is a gorgeous-looking female, which you know of Juliet. There appears to be an Aarakocra sat there as well. And there's also a green-scaled dragonborn there as well.
Nice. First question, is the hammerhead shark eating or drinking?
He's definitely drinking. So it's strange. You sort of notice this hammerhead shark. He has arms, right? It's sort of shark body with arms and legs, and he's got this tankard of ale. But what you see is as he sort of brings it up to this unhappy mouth, like this hammerhead shark's, it's always like a capital D upside down, right? And as he brings the tankard up, you see him just constantly having to check by bending his head around to see it from his side eyes. But he does manage to take a swig of his tankard.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Yes, I'll walk on over to Juliet, and just say, hi.
Hello. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm happy to see you here. I think you might kind of be a bit of a bad luck charm for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a great pickup line, if I've ever heard one.
Well, tried to impress you before and embarrass myself, broke my violin, and that's never happened.
How is your violin?
Not great. Not amazing, but I got a new one, so that's fine, I guess.
Are you going to play it?
I guess I'm gonna probably have to. Listen, I just wanted to kind of be honest, I guess. The other day when I bumped into you, I didn't think you were Amber from uni. Never actually even been to uni.
No, you don't.
Just wanted an excuse to say hi.
And hi, you did.
Yeah. So. Hopefully we won't end up killing each other.
I certainly hope not. I'd put you down like a sack of eggs within a second.
I do not doubt it. Anyway, good luck. I'm just going to head back over to my group.
All right. Hey, just roll a d20.
Oh. 1 second. 16.
Damn it. Sometimes, as a DM, what I like to do is get my players to roll a d20 in case, just hoping for that nat 1, so they can trip up and fall on their face as they walk away. You know, what a picture it will be. Sadly, not in this case. You managed to walk away without tripping up.
Nice.
One
I'm just
day.
gonna-
Well done, Julius.
Nailed it. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go back over to my group. I'm gonna grab a couple of drinks on the way back to wherever they are.
Cool. Yeah, and you do see them. Because it'd be a bit awkward if you just sort of turned around and didn't know where your group was and were sort of doing that. But you definitely see them. And you manage to, yeah, I suppose this long trek back to your group, each and every step that you take, you need to almost think about it, right? Because you get the sense that there's these eyes burning in the back of your head watching as you make your way up. So, yes, you head back to your group. You've done an okay job. Not too bad. And yes, you will be there with the Leaf Springers, and you'll see Micah will get up from the bench, and he'll sort of just he'll move back and just say, "Please," and he'll offer you a seat.
Oh, hey, big guy again.
Hey,
Nice to see you.
nice to see you.
And everyone else too.
Yes, this is Glenn, Ilario, and Esther.
Nod at each of them and then hand some drinks out to people. I don't know how many I was carrying, but
You've got the good stuff.
Ew.
They hoard the good stuff over there with those teams, but you know, beggars can't be
yeah,
choosers.
I did some serious infiltration.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I saw you speaking to the Northern friends. Find anything interesting out? Any little secrets or tidbits?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shame.
Is one of them a big fish?
Yes,
Yeah,
one of
I
them's
think
a
they
hammerhead
just
shark.
might be.
Yes.
I noticed that.
How's it doing the breathing thing? I thought they needed water.
I
I
have
don't know,
no
but
idea.
you should see it try and drink a beer. It's crazy.
And you do. You turn around to you and you can see it just constantly trying, like, it's struggling a lot drinking this tankin of ale.
How has he lasted this long?
Poor thing.
So not that I'm against 6 a.m. drinking in any way, shape or form, but is this like, do we do the games? Like, is that next? Is that like this afternoon? Is it in like 10 minutes time?
And he'll sort of pull out a small little pocket watch from his pocket, and it's got 5 hands on it, different It doesn't. It's a normal pocket watch. It's not the one from Curse of Strahd. However, he pulls it out and you just say, "Whoa, any minute now, you were the last team to arrive."
How long have you been here?
About
I thought
4
we got off
hours.
quite early.
Holy.
moly.
Yes, it was very well written and documented that you needed to be here at a certain time. I believe they needed to send a parade out to find you lot.
At 2 a.m?
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
In the
We
morning.
were supposed to be here at
As
2
is
a.m.
standard.
I mean, well, at least you're here now, aren't
Have those guys been drinking since 2 a.m?
you?
And I point to the dwarves.
I believe they've been drinking their entire lives. They don't
Oh.
stop.
Oh, okay.
A dwarven constitution.
Yeah, and you see one of them, you sort of turn around and one of them's got this large steel helmet on, and he's just going donk, 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 donk. He just does a backflip. And he lands it perfectly.
Look at the little one go.
Don't,
Oh,
you.
you say that out
Don't
loud
you
to you.
fucking dare.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
you fucking dare.
So he lands his backflip.
Can
and-
I, as Hugh says that, can I cough really loudly and pretend to be
Ooh.
choking on something to try and
Ooh.
drown out the sound of it?
roll a d20 and add your deception to it.
My what modifier?
The +5, so roll a d20 and
That's
+5.
fine. It is, oh my god, it didn't stop rolling. Oh, let me roll again, it's cocked.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't tell if it's a 16 or a 19. I think it's a 19.
I mean, if it's a
It's not a 1.
Huh?
So it's
Okay. Yeah.
right. It's good enough.
Is it? It's not going to be 91.
Oh, yeah. Then it's 19.
Then it's 19.
My dad is very hard to read.
Brilliant. So 19 plus 5, 24. You do manage to shield the cough, and you see that the dwarf does a backflip and just sort of turns and he just goes, must have been the wind.
Oh my. Hew. Wow.
What? Did you not see it? It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's better than any backflip I've seen you do.
It's
Oh, fuck.
I resent that fact.
Hew, it's just, some people are a little bit more aware of their height than perhaps they'd like to be, and so it's sometimes not polite to bring it up in
the
conversation.
Little one. Gotcha.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
How did you say that, Hugh?
Little one. Little.
If you
Just-
did tell
Yeah, in quiet conversation at this point.
Yeah, I can be
Yeah.
as loud as the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I just squeak.
Yeah. So I should refer to them as big guys, like, hi, big guy, and like
Maybe.
make him
You know
feel
what?
deep.
Actually, I think that they'd probably, I think they'd probably take that as a compliment anyway.
Good.
Because it suggests.
I would just not. Actually, doesn't matter. Fill your boots.
Okay.
It'll be funny.
Hey.
Cool. Any other conversations, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'll sort of ask ask Micah. It's like, so you asked us about that group. Could you be able to tell us about either of these two? And I'll point to the dwarves and the drow.
The deep delvers. A band of dwarves that just like to hit stuff. Really, they do quite well.
What I said?
Yeah, they do quite well. Oftentimes during the sort of intellectual portions of the game, they kind of find their own way around it. I think last time we were in this almost like labyrinth type deal, and a minotaur was rushing through the tracks trying to find us all. The deep delvers just essentially bored through the labyrinth and just made their way to the end. It was great. We followed them. But the others...
Well, that's one way to do it.
The
Drow.
I forgot because I just called them the Purple Perils now. The Darkness is what they're called. They are a shady bunch. They will find the grey area of any game, and they will exploit it, even if it means harming other contestants, which is normally against the rules. They're cheating scum.
Alright. Let's stay away from them then.
And the Northern
Are they
friends-
more physical, or are they more magical?
Oh,
Kind of,
they are,
casters and.
Yes, casters. Devious casters.
Okay.
They cast darkness on our whole group, and we couldn't get out of it for like 20 minutes.
That's not
Right.
that big.
I mean, I was the navigator. I tried to get us out. Turns out I just walked around in like this 30-foot radius sphere for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. And your ranger didn't question it for that entire 20 minutes.
Well, I think they were. It's just I'm the party leader, aren't I? I say where we go.
Obviously.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And a good leader never listens to anyone else.
I mean,
That is well known.
I take their criticisms on board. However, I have a tendency to lose my temper. I often go into a fit of rage, and with that, my hearing kind of goes a little. But I love all comments from my team. Yes, I listen to every single spoken feedback, and very much so. So I try not to rage as often as I should.
Yeah. Hey, Micah, I actually do have a question, right? Those bracelet things that are supposed to stop us from, like the force cage, those ones.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, where do we get those from? When do we get
I
those?
believe they're going to be handed out shortly. Yes.
Okay.
At any moment now.
Just making sure we didn't miss them in our not here at 2 a.m.
No.
Nurse.
I would be sure to have pointed out if you did not have one of those braces. That's your lifeline. As these are your first games, it's probably worth me mentioning to you, anytime you do not feel comfortable, you are in danger at all, hit that button. No one's going to look down on you before it, okay? Just please,
Except for
keep
all of the
yourself safe.
thousands of people watching.
Yeah.
And out of interest, is it an action to press the button, or is it a quicker action?
I do believe it will take an action to press your button.
That's 6 seconds of depression.
So it's not a reaction. Let's keep this clear. It's not a reaction. So we still get hit by the attack. We have to wait until our turn to activate it. Okay.
I don't make the rules.
Okay.
That's that good.
It's just good to know where we
Have you
stand.
ever heard this like voice in your head from the sky? He just sort of beams in every now and again and sort of tells you a rule. It's him that makes that up.
Yeah. Sometimes he says
That's
like
good.
horse.
Horse.
Just before anything else happens, I'll go over to Hew and give him a little bit of a pat on the shoulder and be like, hey, you right there, big guy?
I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest, Julius. I've never really done anything like this. So I kind of feel like everyone's looking at me. Everyone's waiting for me to fall over or trip up.
Oh, well, if you do, just laugh it off with them. But that's not really what I meant. You seemed kind of off last night.
It's just been a big week. It's been a big week. I'm not really sure what to make of all of the God stuff, but I've decided to just go with the flow.
Yeah. Chop a few people in half.
Exactly. It normally makes me feel better, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's just want to check in.
Yeah.
Feel like a few of us might be counting on you.
For the planning, and don't worry, I think we can figure it out together. You don't need to rely on me. We can all think, we can all do all the planning, and we'll figure it out together.
Yeah, we will. And I'll move back over to well, I didn't really move. I was trying to speak quietly. Sit back down and have another drink.
Cool. And you will all see the two individuals that you are actually quite familiar with now. You can see the old elderly high council figure that most of you, apart from you, Flopsy, spoke to within the council building, who was looking into registering your names, is sitting on the far left of this large wooden bench, sort of overlooking all of the teams that are here and yourselves. Sort of in the centre of this large wooden bench is the figure that you first met at the council building that was sort of recording all your names down. And you see him sort of whisper something to the elderly council member. And he looks out towards the crowd and just goes, and that's why we'll go and take a break.
Oh my God.
It's gonna begin.
We're going to get there, guys. We're finally going to get to the part that Andy thought we were going to make in session 2.
8 sessions.
Yeah.
8. We will be back in just a second, guys.
Let's go.
Let's jump back into it, guys.
Let's
You're
go.
all in a beautiful tavern. And the council member above sort of stands up from his desk and he cracks his throat, just... Attention, everybody, all teams, please listen up. You'll see in front of you, everywhere that you're currently stood or sat, this box will just materialize in front of you. And it's doing so quite slowly. It is just sort of printing out sort of in front of you. You'll just say, in front of you all are the braces you are most familiar with. Our new team. For you guys that do not know, these are your braces of safety. Please, affix them to yourselves. Any issues, hit that button. But please, as we are all alone, there is nobody watching us currently, my statement goes out to you all. Let's make this a show, okay? One of you is here to win. I agree with that. But there are thousands of people. There are families that have come across the world. There are people that want to be here to root you guys on. Let's give them a show. Rest assured, your safety is our absolute paramount. We wouldn't put anything in this game to really put you in jeopardy. However, there needs to be an essence of danger. Mistakes can happen. That is what your braces of safety are for. And you'll see now this box materializes. And you'll see Micah open the box, pull out this bracer, and he affixes it to his arm. And as it does, it sort of clamps around and locks tightly on his arm. And you'll see everybody else do the same. Will you guys do the same?
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
So as you take the bracer, Flopsy, you fix it to your arm. It just wraps around quite tightly at first, almost like a blood pressure monitor, sort of on your arm as it sort of just puffs out and then eases, so it makes a nice comfy fit. But you sort of move your arm a little bit, and the bracer just doesn't move. It's that sort of tightly on you that it is very much a fitting bracer. Hew, Lugas, would you be affixing this bracer to you?
Yeah, very much. He'll be following the lead and the confidence of everyone else. So if Flopsy just put it on her arm, then yeah, he will do the exact same.
I don't like how you phrased the question, but I will also do it.
So your one is just a small, tiny box, and you pull it out, and you see that they have created you a custom ring instead of a bracer.
A ring for, I'm assuming, a much larger bird.
Well, no, it is a ring that does fit onto your finger. A very tiny ring. It is made specifically for you.
Finger.
Microscopic button.
That is very mini. Yeah, I'll have that.
It's very nice. It's like a golden ring with this large sort of ruby jewel on top of it. And I should mention that to all of you, is this bracer that you'll wear on you is made of brass. And it's got these sort of inlays of these dragon-like inscriptions on it, but with a large ruby on top of it. That was all demonstrated to you that if you do depress it, it will encase you within a force cage. And he will just say, the braces are now active. And all of you will hear this beep, 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 beep. It just beeps around the tavern. Well, without further ado, are we ready to begin? I hear
He's just going to pick up the hog roast. Just before we do, Hugh picks up the hog roast and takes one last giant bite of meat. Ready.
He will cast his arm, and he will start to generate this large portal in front of you. This portal looks different than the portal that you first entered, and the portal that Ella Plainstrider made for you. This is more of a reddish hue, and it almost ripples like water in front of you all. And you see the council member, as he's doing this, he sort of bends down and whispers into the other council member's ear. I suppose, Hew, make a perception check for me.
That is a 15.
15. You see that the higher council member, the one you spoke to before, the one that demonstrated the arcane bracelet to you within the council building a couple of days ago, or one day ago. I think it was a couple of days ago. He doesn't appear to be reacting much. You see the other council member who's casted this portal and is sort of addressing the crowd is sort of whispering into his ear, but he's almost like you almost get the sense he's more of just this frail old figure now that's just sort of hunched there. He does appear to be breathing and everything, but he just doesn't appear to be moving or reacting in any way. Like he's just listening, but he doesn't appear to be looking at any of you. He's just looking down at his food that he has in front of him.
Was that which one of them was in charge, or which one would I know was the kind of the who outranks who?
You would definitely know that this figure here, the figure on the left from where you're looking at, definitely outranks the other figure, and it's mainly because the figure that's addressing you all led you into a room to talk to this elderly gentleman, to understand what has happened with your registration within the games. So you get the sense that there is a hierarchy.
Okay. But the portal's open and
the portal has now materialized, and you'll see that the deep delvers, they'll sort of come past you, and they walk like a regimented bunch, and they just go ho 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 ho, and they just enter into the portal, followed by the darkness, the drow, who will just gradually make their way through in single file.
I'll elbow Julius to say, so I'm not the only one who's nervous. Look at the old chap's falling asleep over there. He's so worked up.
Wait, wow, which guy? Which guy?
Him, the big boss person, the one up there on the table, by the table.
You'll see this frail sort of old man just sat at a table with white woven hair with a bun affixed to the back of his head, and just orange garments, or faded orange garments, as he just appears to be shaking almost.
Oh. Can I do an insight check to see if I think he's sick, worried, tired?
You could do an insight check on the old man if you like. Roll a d20.
Oh, go on then. Let me just dig it out. Where is it gone? Oh my god. Where's the d20? Okay. 15. 15. That's whatever my insight is.
18. Something definitely off about this individual. Just doesn't appear to be himself. But you don't quite get the sense as to why. But he's definitely not the individual you met before. Or he is.
Lugas?
He's not acting like it.
Hey?
I'm assuming I've overheard what these two have been saying.
Sure.
Could you cast message to him? See if he can respond.
I mean, if you'd like, we'll cast message on the old man.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Everything all right with you there, sir?
A few seconds go by. No response. But you do see that the other council member does look into your direction, Lugas.
I mean, I have no reason to suspect things.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just speak to the other council in public. Is he all right? He seems a bit out of it.
Hang on. Don't receive a response.
Oh, bit rude. I mean, something's definitely going on over there. I'm now very concerned about going through this portal. Because it was the other guy who created it, right? Or was it a separate people who manifested the portal?
No. Yeah, it was the central guy that created this red Hewish portal in front of you. Micah will slap you on the back, Hew, and he'll just say, "Well, this is it. Good luck." And as I've said to you before, look, we're just here. We're just here for fun. If you need our help at any time, or you press that button, shout over. I'll help you in any way I can, I promise, my friend.
It's a very kind offer. Thank you.
Micah, did this happen exactly this way when you started 10 years ago, when you did your one 10 years ago? Is it roughly all the same?
New place of meeting, I will admit, for sure. We normally did this kind of meeting in the council building before, but, I mean, this is far nicer. I don't really know where we are, though.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the sort of the big ominous red portal, and the fact that big man up there seems to be a bit empty.
Is he?
Yeah. I tried messaging him psychically, but he doesn't seem to be all there, which is surprising for a big boss.
Interesting. Well, I don't know what to make of that one.
Yeah, between you and me, I've got a bit of a bad vibe going on. There's just a bit of a forewarning.
I heed your warning. Bad vibes tend to be bad. Let's watch each other's backs.
Yeah, it's
Andy, can I just ask like a retroactive question?
Yes.
Because I haven't really been saying much. Like Flopsy would have been scanning the room pretty regularly. Has the old man been acting this way the entire time we've been here, or was there a moment? So he's been acting this way the entire time.
I'll tell you what. Roll me an active perception check just to see if you. Because I'm going to say you haven't been beaming at him the entire time, but let's see if you managed to catch a glimpse of anything.
11.
11. No, seems to have been acting this way the entire time you've been in there.
Okay. He's shaking.
Not shaking, more trembling. If there's a difference.
Has he eaten anything whilst we've been here?
Ooh. What was Hew's perception? Between you and Hew, no, he hasn't.
Okay.
And you'll see the leaf springers head through the portal, so it is only you four left in this room.
Okay.
Are we going?
I don't like those two up there, but I don't think we have much of a choice at the moment.
Okay, well, if this is trapped, some, I don't know, playing a gobbledygook, I've still got our plane strider on call.
I don't know, just something doesn't seem right. Like, that old guy was pretty active yesterday.
What is the one that's with him? What's his vibe? What's his vibe check? Can I vibe check the one that's with him?
You can vibe
Does he
check
seem
him.
shifty?
No, it doesn't seem too shifty, apart from his odd look at Lugas, if you feel like you would have caught it. But apart from that, does seem to be acting in the same way as the days prior that you've met him.
Maybe it's just withdrawal.
But he will look at you four now, as you are the last four in the room, and he will just gesture towards the portal.
We're just a bit worried about your friend there. He doesn't seem to be looking 100% himself, you know? Based on what we saw yesterday, at least.
Don't you worry about that.
Oh, that's a relief.
I've been across planes. Would I be able to, identify what's, if I don't know what.
I'll help you out a little bit. There's no windows in this building. As much as you can see green stuff on my map, you don't see it.
Okay. I had a... Okay.
When he told me that's something that we shouldn't worry about, did I get sneaky sly vibes, or was that him being genuine?
Just him making a remark. You're almost insight checking me at this point, so I'm not going to make you roll. I'm not going to make you roll for it. I'm going to let you decide.
I mean, I come from a place of thieves and crooks, so I just naturally assume mostly the worst.
There are doors here, right?
There are doors. There is a side double door, and a rear double door.
And where exactly is the portal?
I'm going to say right here. Right
there. Okay.
Tell you what, I'll move everybody. No, I won't, because it'll take me too long.
I just think we should go. I don't trust him, but I don't think we're going to get hit with this anytime soon.
We've got a tournament to win.
Hey.
Sure,
I'll
Hew.
stand up.
Win.
And I'll move towards the portal.
Hew, you enter the portal.
I'm going to be walking with
turns black.
Lugas.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm gonna be walking into the portal with Lugas on my shoulder, but looking at the councilmen.
And he will just eyeball you as you enter. He'll just keep his eye on you. But you enter, Flopsy, yeah?
Yeah.
Your vision turns black. Lugas, you've got a point that you can jump off if you wish to, or would you like to carry on Flopsy's shoulder?
Fine, I'll carry on.
And your vision turns black. Julius, last one in this room.
Oh. I'm going to stay behind and watch all the action unfold. I'm joking.
Hi.
I'm going to go into the portal. As I go in, I'm just going to reach for my little stone that I've got stowed somewhere away on me.
Yeah.
Take it out.
Sure.
I'm just going to whisper into it. And I'm going to put it back away. And I'm going to step through the portal.
You'll see the council member look at you. And he will just smile. Arch grin. And he will just say, "Good luck." As you enter the portal, your vision goes black.
That's not creepy.
Not concerning at all.
twiddle my mustache. Fantastic. Give me 2 secs. Hew, you look around and you're on your own. This feeling of loneliness just sort of washes over you. All of your friends have vanished. You hear nothing but this sort of eerie silence, and you take a closer look at your surroundings as your vision comes to. You're somewhere entirely different. This gust of wind just sort of blows on you and you feel a cold shiver.
Well, yeah, my Wi-Fi just cut out again.
Ah. But this place is familiar to you. This is somewhere that you recognise. This is the Whispering Woods, your home. As you take a few steps towards these large tree trunks, you see more clearly that this is the grove that you once knew, but something is off. The trees in front of you appear to be coiled in an unnatural mist that's moving and swirling up the large, thick tree trunks. The bark is tainted and is falling to the ground as if the tree itself is weeping. All of the trees that you can see all around you are warped and twisted. The towering oaks, once majestic and alive, have become gnarled and skeletal, their branches reaching like bony fingers. You see off in your peripheral vision these shadows flicker, darting away before you can really catch a glimpse. This forest, this grove feels alive, but not in the way that you remember it. After a few minutes of just sort of taking in the surroundings, feeling your senses return to you, the silence breaks, an agonizing howl echoing throughout the trees. You instantly recognize this death coil-like deathly howl as a wounded bear coming from the north, deeper into the woods. The scene is yours, Hew.
So, hearing the bear. I mean, I'm gonna be moving towards it. So, am I just literally in the middle of the forest, or am I on a track, or is there anything
straight in the middle of it? Trees everywhere. Doesn't appear to
in the
be
middle of
any
nothing?
discernible track in front of you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to be moving towards the noise of the bear, but being wary of the bear. It is a wild animal. I'm not a bear. I am aware of this, and I'm going to be just moving quickly, inquisitively, but not rushing head first.
Okay.
Towards the noise.
Okay, fantastic. As you make your way deeper in, avoiding sort of the decrepit trees and the bony-like fingers from these tree branches that almost appear to be reaching out to you to try and grasp you, and the ever-growing winding roots of the rough terrain on your feet you're passing over as you go, you start to hear voices enter your mind as if the trees themselves were whispering to you. These echoes reverberating off the trunks and entering into your mind. And you just hear these sort of throaty voices, grouchy voices that just sort of say, You abandoned us. You turned your back on us when we needed you most. You were supposed to lead us.
Do I recognize the voices, or is this a feeling that I remember from my time in the Whispering Woods?
So I'm going to say you don't recognize it, but that's not to say that you couldn't, because it's essentially multiple voices that are all just sort of just. So as the words speak, there's almost like a slight delay between each sentence, but it is about 4, 5, 6, 7 different voices entering your mind, all repeating the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm getting unnerved, but I'm still holding to my course of moving towards the north. What time of day is it, or does it seem like this is out of time with where we were?
I tell you what, so you hear the howls of the bear again. Roll me a couple of checks. Roll me a nature check to sort of discern whereabouts you are, and roll me a perception check to really narrow in on where this howl is coming from. Nature of 9.
Oof.
It's not the best. So with a nature check of 9, no, the large canopies of the trees are almost shielding everything, gaping everything in this sort of gloomy glow. You don't get the sense of that there's any kind of time here. This doesn't feel like your home. This feels otherworldly. With a perception check of a 6, you get the sense that this howl is echoing off the trees, but it is in that general direction, the way you're going.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be pulling out my axe at the ready, and just continuing forward. That's all I've got. It doesn't feel like my memories of my home. Like something's gone wrong here. This isn't good.
Okay. As the howls sort of draw closer, and you make your way through for another round about 10 minutes or so, you hear a tiny squeak coming from a small bush to your right, and you notice this red bushy tail sticking out from it. On closer inspection, you see a small squirrel curled up within the shrubbery. Its body is scarred and is weeping blood from a few small incisions across its body. Would you like to approach the squirrel?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Hughes. What is this? He's down on his hands and knees, going towards. Don't be scared. What is this?
You see it's almost curled up like a squirrel would, sort of recoiling from its wounds, and it will look at you. One eye is completely glazed and closed over, where it's just a large gash is just over its one small tiny eye, but the other eye looks straight at you. And its small tiny squeaks turn into words, and you just hear the "Let my suffering end. Kill
me." What happened? How did you come to be like this?
Chose to sacrifice me. I managed to escape, but I fear my life is at an end.
And I'll do my best to comfort the squirrel. I'll stroke it and hold it in my hands, and I say, "Shh, sleep." And just holding it tightly in my hands, and just holding it a little tighter in my hands, and then hopefully it's not breathing.
You feel just this small shake as your hand grows tighter, but then the shaking, just only for a couple of seconds, just stops, and the squirrel's body within your hand goes limp.
So I think Hew at this is gonna stand up, and I'm going to move with purpose towards the screams of the bear with my axe held firmly in my grip.
Cool. Flopsy, you feel this harsh, cold gust of wind hit you. It sends a shiver sort of all across you, and it comes coursing through your body as if someone had just walked over your grave. All around you are twisted, gnarled, dead trees swaying in the winds. Your friends are nowhere to be seen, and this feeling of pure loneliness washes over you. What would you like to do?
Julius?
No response.
Lugas? And she'll
Huh?
You don't hear that.
Do I hear anything? Like any sound, crack of a twig, the howl of a bear?
Make a perception check for me.
21.
Ooh, you hear... You hear a hum. Just this like a pulse. Every few seconds, this hum coming from deeper into the woods in front of you.
I am going to get my short bow out. Then I'm going to creep towards the hum.
Sure. And after a few seconds, you come across what appears to be a trail. This dirt trail coming through the woods. And you see it almost instantly. As this sort of grey scale environment that's in front of you with these gnarled trees and everything. One shining cube sitting on the floor in the centre of this trail in green, bluish hue, just pulsing with energy. Smack dab in the middle of this trail on the floor.
Fuck's sake, I can't get away from you, can I?
Yeah, it's definitely familiar to you. You know exactly what this is.
Can I hear it? Is there a familiar voice in my head?
You hear no voices at all.
I'm gonna approach it. I'm gonna be keeping an eye out just in case there's anyone looking around as well. Like this is a trap.
I'll take your 21 perception still, so yeah.
And I'll poke it with my knocked arrow in the bow.
And it feels it's heavy, yeah. So it's sort of made of a very dense material, and as you sort of knock it with the arrow, it just sort of. But it does appear to just be free on the floor. But it is a cube. You don't quite knock it over onto its other side, but yeah, it's a heavy, dense cube. I'm going to say probably around 3 inches cubed. Dimension was.
Taking my bow and arrow in one hand, I'm gonna bend down and pick it up.
It sort of hums in your hand. And as you pick it up, you instantly hear a voice shouting help. But you recognise this voice, and it's the voice of Julius. But it's coming off from a short way throughout the woods, and as you dart your eyes over, you don't see anything. You just hear the voice of Julius crying for help.
I am immediately running. I'll take the cube with my short bow, and I'm going to run in that direction.
Amazing. Make a nature check for me.
'Cause I'm so good at those.
2.
5.
Oh, a 5. So okay, well 5. You lead off at this trail. Essentially, with your 21 perception, you can hear this voice, but where it's only called out once, you almost lose your path, and now the path's completely gone. and you find that roll me a dexterity saving throw.
You trip.
19. The branches
6.
and vines from these trees lash out and try to grapple your ankles, and really grab onto sort of your lower legs, but you manage to narrowly avoid them and almost jump over them as they do. And this cry for help comes again, but this time it's a lot closer. It feels like it's just over this small ridge line that you see in front of you.
I'm going to approach. So once I've kind of like gotten over that with the trees lunging out, as I know it's a lot closer, I'm going to be a lot stealthier about it now. It's like darting from tree to tree, heading towards the direction, but ultimately like keeping an eye out for anything, making sure that, you know, I'm being as stealthy and hidden as possible.
Want me a stealth check then, please?
17.
17. Yeah. You come across this ridgeline and you sort of peer over it, and there you see Julius in the middle of the woods, sort of stood there, swaying, not moving. And you can only see the back of him, but he doesn't appear to have noticed you.
Is there anything on the floor that I can like pick up to throw, like a rock or a pebble?
Most definitely.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's about 15 feet away from you.
Okay, so it's not that far. So actually, I could probably just whisper. How far's 15 feet? 3 people. I could probably just. Julius. Julius.
No reply. This figure, this auburn hair that you can see the back of is just swaying. But as you say, Julius, for sort of the 3rd or 4th time, just sort of raising your voice, trying to get the attention, this Julius turns, and you see Julius's eyes are completely hollow and blackened with blood stained down his face, and he is staring in your direction.
I'm gonna like. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna like just clasp my mouth, with the back of my hand to hold the Argon cube. And I'm just gonna like wave. Can he see anything?
As you wave this Argon cube, this figure that you believe is Julius, but more of this ghastly looking feature. It's all the same bodily structure as him, but as you look a lot closer, its arms are elongated, its legs are elongated. This appears to be Julius, but in a different kind of form. And as you wave this Argon cube in front of you, he is going to lash with enormous amount of speed towards you. Roll initiative.
I don't want to fight Julius. Although this is a weird thing.
Kate, do me the honours. Roll me a d20.
$14.
14, so that'll be 16 for you. I'll just leave it at 18 because it's more than what Flopsy got. And we'll come back to that in just a second. Lugas. A deafening silence suddenly pierces the air as your vision comes too. You turn around and you look all over. Your friends Julius, Hew, Flopsy, and nowhere to be seen. Instead, you stand in a forest. The air is quite pleasant. The tall, ancient oak trees provide a calming shade from their tall canopies overhead. The sun is shining and beaming down these almost godlike rays onto the forest floor below you, in front of you even. And as you look in front of you, on a large felled tree, sitting with their back turned to you, is a man. You notice a slight glimmer of armour that slightly covers the man's shoulder. The armour itself appears to be a blend of burnished silver and deep blue with intricate designs that resemble a set of scales. You see flowing locks of grey hair cascade down to their lower back. This individual before you emits a divine aura that you have not seen in some time. The individual shifts slightly and gestures for what appears to be you to sit beside him, but without him turning his head, just a slight gentle movement of the arm. You noted that this arm has a rather obvious omission. As the individual gestures you, you notice that there is no hand, only a disfigured stump of an arm, and a voice telepathically within your head just says, "Sit."
My lord, is that you?
Aye. Won't you sit with me, old friend?
Of course. I'll... Anytime. And I will, with haste, approach and sit down.
You certainly can. And this figure is recognisable to you as you sit on this tree trunk. He doesn't appear to be looking in your direction. He's looking out on this clearing within the forest, this beautiful clearing of this large green field, poppies and daisies growing, and trees are all around it in a perimeter. And he's sort of overlooking it as you're sat on this felled tree on this ridge. And he just stares out and says, "Speak to me, old friend. How have you been?"
Been... Well, I was quiet for a while, but I've recently got back into... sort of, I guess, trying to do some good. It's amazing to see, I've just got to say. Where are we, by the way? This is amazing. Did you know about the portal? Of course you know about the portal. You're Tyr.
He'll just nod.
Why speak to me now? Is it because I have it's because I attended the games? It's because of me doling out some justice to those sort of Baldurian gang members type thing? Is it because I've only just started my sort of road to redemption? Also, I know I said it 100 times at the moment, but again, I'm so sorry about what happened with Garland. I was trying my hardest. Is my family alright?
Do you hope that they're all right?
Yes, I love them. I miss them dearly. Well, maybe not one of them, but...
Which one?
Okay, so I like Magnus, I like Atticus. What are the other names of them?
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Janus. That's the one I don't like.
Ah. Janus, yeah, I remember him. They're doing well, Lugas.
Oh, great to hear. And it's also great to hear from you, obviously.
Your journey has brought you far.
Aye?
But there is another I must task you with meeting.
Anything?
I need you to seek out a man in the high hills, in the towering mountains, a family.
Family?
Aye. Friends of mine from a time long ago.
What? Of course, so that was in the high mountains, you said?
In the high mountains.
Okay. How will I know when I've met this man?
He goes by the name Elliot. Elliot Wagyu.
Wagyu. Okay. Thank you. Eh?
The path you have been set on is a path of righteousness. I did not want it to be this way.
What
My
do you mean you didn't?
power is limited, Lugas. My power is waning.
Oh, that's terrible. What's causing this? Is it that? Is it the Scatters fella I've heard about?
Where have you learnt this name?
Well, I have a and I'll sort of pull out the. I mean, did we learn it from Ella?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll sort of pull out my sort of plain ascending stone. I'd be like, we met this I think they call themselves plane riders. This lady called Ella. She told us about him.
Trust them.
Will I ace her?
And we will stop there and we will move over to Julius. Julius, this same cold breeze hits you instantly. As your vision comes to, you're in this forest. Decrepit trees, rotten branches, and just an all-over nasty place. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll just take a look around me. Like, Mitz. You. But Jesus Christ, I only came through like 2 seconds after them.
Yeah, you don't,
And I'll
you don't see anyone.
I'll get it. I'll draw one of my swords, I guess, and another one, and just try and walk really quietly through the forest and see if I see or hear anything or anyone.
As you walk for around sort of a minute or so, you're sort of looking left and right, and as your vision pans back straight in front of you, you see a small humanoid figure in front of you with long blowing hair. It was like a child.
Okay. How far away?
15 feet. And this figure just starts to sway. But this lullaby just echoes out throughout the trees. It's a very familiar lullaby to you, one that is just very familiar to you. And it has been sung throughout this forest.
This is bullshit. And I'm going to turn around and just look at this guy and be like, this is bullshit. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay, spells. I've got to have a spell that does something. Actually, don't. Oh God, throwing things across the apartment. I don't think I have any useful spells. I'll well, I do.
Julius.
I just want to go over to a tree and just kick it.
And his voice just says, Julius. As another figure approaches from the left. 3 other figures approach from the right. And they are all children sort of approaching. And they come within about 15 to 20 feet. You don't quite see their faces because of the gloomy darkness, but they are all children. The little girl in front of you is still singing this lullaby, and the others are just going, Julius.
It's so creepy. It makes me think of, that, are you my mummy?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at all of them and be like, no, you're not real.
Oh, but we are real, Julius. It's me, Guinevere.
No.
It's Jane. Thea and Theo.
Jane.
And Pip.
And Pip. Yes. A bad Pip. No, I think you didn't. No. Oh.
This is interesting. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Go on. It's another 14. I don't know what my wisdom is.
Let me check, because this is going to make a difference. Oh, you got plus 2. You got plus 2 wisdom.
Yeah, baby.
You can see. Yeah, these thoughts on something's not right here. You hit the nail on the head. This is bullshit.
This is fucking bullshit.
These figures then just disappear. And the fog begins to get thicker and thicker. Make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, no. Let me grab up my... Hopefully I can get my character sheet and then I can actually see my stats.
I got you.
Here we go. Okay, so con is... Oh, it's not good. It's 9, 10, so 11.
11 plus 2.
No, it was 9 plus 2,
Oh,
so it's 11 total.
You'll take
Oh, no, hang on, sorry, a saving throw.
saving throw.
Oh, saving throw.
Same deal. You roll.
Okay. Oh no, so it's still same.
You will take 2 points of psychic damage. Oh shit!
That's more than 2.
Yep, I pressed 2 instead of minusing 2.
Oh, damn! My person's near death.
Not anymore.
I don't know how many hit points I have.
And we'll move away from you for a good reason. Hew, we're back to you. Where are you? Hew, these howls draw closer. And you see off to the left, another woodland creature appears to be in trouble. But this time it appears to be a hare with long, big rabbit ears, and it is curled up on the ground with the same kind of wounds that you saw before.
Yeah, I think so. Hugh's face is scrunched up and his eyes are glassy, and he's going to look down at it, but he's not going to stop actually, and he's going to trudge on, really gripping his axe at this point. He's looking for something to hit.
Okay. You make your way to a small clearing that is sort of cleared away from the trees, and in the middle of that clearing, about 30 feet in front of you, is a large bear on its side, and you can see it's breathing, and it's heavily breathing, just as its fur moves up and down, and it's breathing quite erratically and unpredictably, not in a smooth motion. But the bear appears to be armoured.
Armoured, sorry.
Yes, as adorned with armour.
I will approach it. Cautiously. So it's just. So is it conscious? Does it look like it's aware?
You see the back of it, sort of its hunched sort of back, but you don't see its head at all. You just see it breathing.
Okay. So, keeping a wide berth, you will move round so he can see its face. And it's, friend, are you with me, friend?
You've come.
What has happened? Who has done this? I'm a friend. I'm not here to harm you. And I'll take a couple of steps closer towards it.
You see what this world has done to me.
I'd like to. No, not yet. I wouldn't. What? Who has? Can I see any injuries?
No, actually, you don't see any injuries at all. But as you have moved around,
what has happened here?
As you have sort of moved around to this side of the bay, you do see a large longsword on the floor.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? I'd like to. Being aware of what I've got on me, do I have everything that I left with? Is the bracer on? Do I have all of my gear and everything? Yeah. So I would like to take one of the potions of healing out and approach the bear with the potion of healing.
No.
And say, I.
That will not save my heart. I'm dying.
What has happened here? The forest. This is not the place I remember.
No. But this is the place it has become. This will be my resting place. You must uncover the truth. You must find me. Or maybe. Something is coming.
So it's literally something is coming. It's literally just dawned on me that I'm speaking to animals right in this moment. It's literally just dawned on Darren that Hew is talking to animals. Can I can I insight check the bear and see this is not normal? I'm guessing.
Rather than an insight check, make me a religion check.
Oh, dear.
$13.
So 13.
You get the sense that you're speaking to a divine being.
Are you? Forgive me. Are you Father Bear? Are you the one that they spoke of?
That name for a long time.
I mean, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Hew. Big fan. So what has happened? I'm sorry. You have to explain. I'm really quite slow.
I have not but the time to explain why I'm like this. But all will become clear. Something is coming, and you must find me. Awaken me, Hew.
Where should I look?
I don't know, the Whispering Woods. I have no idea. And with that, with this terrible joke at the end, your vision just fades to black once again as the mist envelops you. Yeah. Woo. Flopsy. Julius has rushed towards you with a blade out. Kate, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please. As we will enter into combat.
It is a 9.
A 9. What's your job? Okie doke. What's your AC, Flopsy?
16.
16. So Julius will lunge towards you, and you just narrowly miss this blade that tries to slice your throat completely open, and he'll land next to you with these hollowed out eyes and blood just pouring down his face as he spits the blood towards you. Make a dexterity saving throw, please. 12. Okay, you will take 10 points of damage as your this blood just spreads across you. And it burns like acid, and it's burning through your leather armor. It is now your turn. What would you like to do?
When he started attacking, did it look like I was the thing he was after, or was it the cube?
Make an insight check. Nah.
Fuck knows.
Not got a clue.
Right, okay. Well, then I'm going to just... Right. I've been holding this cube for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Has anything happened? Because obviously I've now eaten 2.
Yeah, so no, nothing has happened at all. This cube is as it is. And actually, this feeling within you, this core energy that you've been dealing with for quite a while now, but more doubly so in the last few days since consuming the second orb, you don't feel this feeling anymore. It's almost like you're free from, yeah. So no, nothing is happening. You still have this cube in your hand.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to throw it away, just in a direction away from me.
Yeah, okey-doke. What's your strength modifier?
Well, it's -1, but
Okay.
I gave myself proficiency in athletics.
Ah, cool. Fantastic. So I'll take that even better. So I was just going to use your strength modifier just to see how far you can throw it, but we'll use what is your athletics modifier?
+1 now.
+1. We'll say you can throw it sort of 15 feet, and then it'll just, as it does, as you throw it, it just goes stonk and just thuds into the ground and almost creates this small crater where it's so large and dense, but it is a very heavy object that you're throwing. And that'll be your action. Anything else?
Does Julius look like he's like?
We'll see. Ended your turn?
How far away is he from me currently? 50.
He's-
How far?
He tried to attack you, so he's now within 5 feet.
Right. I am going to then. Sorry, I haven't been in combat and actually had to use any of the skills that I have.
Yes, things
Bear
are
with
about
me.
to change for you lot. You've had an easy ride up till now.
I'm going to rabbit hop
Mhm.
away 10 feet.
Fantastic. Towards the cube or away from the cube?
I'm going to go away from the cube, but in a different direction to where I came from.
Okay, so almost like your sort of
Like,
triangle. Yeah. Very much so.
Splitting. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to say, how far can you rabbit hop? Is it 10 feet?
Yes.
Okay, so you're currently 10 feet from Julius, and I'll say probably, let's put an Abjura wizard where the Argon cube is. There you go. Okay, so it'll be over to Julius.
And then I'm gonna run.
Oh, you're gonna run as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna run 30 feet. Yeah.
Run 30 feet. Oh golly.
Again, away from the cube and away from Julius.
I'm gonna leave you there because otherwise I'll put you outside of the picture. The picture's nice. All right, let me just roll something. Julius will lunge at you again. And this is where it's going to get interesting. He will bonus action Misty Step 30 feet. He will cloak himself in shadows and just lunge himself towards you. And as these shadows just emanate out, his body just lunges in with a sword. And he's able to get back into range. Roll a d20 for me, please, Kate.
Miss. Roll shit, Kate.
15. Sorry, it wasn't very fair.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
My dice loves 14s and 15s today.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't be so happy. So that'll be +4. So if I take, so you'll take 6 points of slashing damage and 6 points of necrotic damage. So 12 points in total.
I'm nearly dead, man.
He is going to claw into his rib cage and tear it apart and just fling blood at you again. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
11.
You take 9 points of...
I'm down.
Yeah. Maybe do. See what we get to in just a second. Make a death saving throw for me, please. "17. Success. It is over to Julius. I'm going to say at this point, you're not unconscious, Flopsy. You are in a dying state. So you are aware of what's going on. You see this shadowy figure of Julius standing above you with their sword placed. And it looks back over to the Argon cube. And it starts to head in that direction. And he picks it up. And he just gleams at it once again. And I'll say he makes his way back over to you. And he just lurches down and says, "What does this mean to you?" In not Julius's voice, but the voice that you've been hearing as you've entered Neverwinter. It is your go again. Make a death saving throw for me, please. That is a success. He twirls it round in his hand and he crushes it in his hand, and the entire cube just sort of shatters, but he creates this sphere within it, and this sphere levitates above his hand just slightly, and it's this orange glowing orb that swirls around in his hand. And he pushes it closer towards you, which would typically be a dexterity saving throw. But as you're on the floor, technically unconscious, you will instantly fail. And you will lose, you'll take one death save. Death save failure. It is now your turn, Flopsy. You are on 1 failure, 2 success. Please roll another death save. Do not roll on that one. You are up.
17.
You regain consciousness, or you regain sort of, your consciousness was sort of in and out for a second. You were aware of your surroundings. But you are unable to stand as this Argon power is being pushed towards you. And your vision fades to black. Julius, we'll head on over to you. This mist is now encompassing you and suffocating you. Make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, shit. Okay, come on, Julius. Not good. It's the exact same roll. 11.
11.
Yeah.
You take 7 points of psychic damage.
Ow. Fuck off.
This lullaby gets louder and louder in your head, and it's starting to screech and really do some damage now. What are you up to?
I'm gonna put both hands on my head and I'm gonna shout, "Stop!" And I'm gonna cast command as I yell it. Don't know what else to do, man.
All right, what's your DC? What's the DC?
My DC, it's not very high yet. 14.
14
whiz. 14 whiz.
Do I hide it?
I can't see it anyway.
No, it's not that. Whatever you are commanding succeeds on the saving throw.
Bitch. Well, that's my action.
This isn't initiative or combat, so you've got more things that you can do.
Yeah, okay, cool. So it's just well, that didn't work. And everything else has vanished and it's just mist.
Yeah, you are just being... It's almost like this mist is circling around you now, suffocating you, but you can still hear this lullaby. You can still hear these children almost trying to intimidate you, just going, "Julius, come on, play with us, Julius."
Wish I had some. I'm like, shut up. I wish I had some better spells, man, to do something.
Are you still calling bullshit?
The reason he's calling bullshit, right, is because walked into a portal and seeing what he saw and hearing what he heard, he immediately made the assumption that there was some kind of illusion going on.
Okay.
But I think he's probably starting to panic.
I'll say at this point, your vision fades to white.
Oh.
We will head back over to Lugas.
I've lost access to Foundry, by the way. My Wi-Fi's
roll
shut
initiative.
down.
You're dead. No, you're sat next to Tyr out on this beautiful meadow.
I'm having a lovely time, unlike everyone else. Have I noticed any weird behaviour from him?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Apart from his distance, his lack of eye contact, he's being very obtuse.
Well, he doesn't have any eyes, so...
yeah, bad. Okay, he's not turning his hollow sockets towards you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, and it would be a bit embarrassing to be like, can I have a look at your sockets, please? Okay, no. Is there anything more? What am I supposed to glean from this this Elliot guy? What do I discover what I need to do from him?
You will
My
have
lord?
the answers that you seek. Something is coming, Lugas. Something I cannot stop on my own.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, I'll do anything for you, sir.
I've searched for my family for a long time.
Oh, do you mean the other gods and who have been banished to their mortal form? Do we need to sort of gather them?
You say banished. Why say banished?
Well, it was just first word that came to my head. I don't really know if they were banished. That's again, most of my research back up there in the upper planes was just researching your doctrine to prepare myself for my guidance missions and that. But I've only just learned that the gods were not banished, sort of stuck in mortal form down here.
Their mortal form was their choice.
And so they gave up their immortality? Why?
To learn. There is a great evil threatening our world, and I am powerless to stop it alone. Lugas, you must awaken them. You must find them. Find my family.
I promise you, sir. I'll get that done. This won't be another failure.
Right. Our time has grown short. Do you wish to take another try at shaking my hand?
Yes.
Which hand will you shake, Lugas? Oh, he's frozen at the perfect time. We'll never know.
Froze!
We'll never know. Oh, we'll ask him when he comes back which hand he will shake. But Lugas's vision fades to black. And we will all head back to... You will all awaken again, once again in the hall. And your heads are on these... Hang on, what? You got Adam. Which hand will you shake?
I'm going to go for his real hand.
Just come on, it's 50-50, left or right.
Okay, so
In the world, you can see which hand it is. I just want to know if you picked the right one.
okay. I'm not thinking of actual, just like fan and art of tier I've seen.
Tell you what, come back to me on that one. We'll find out at the end of the session. So you all awaken with your heads, almost as if you've just been sleeping on these wooden benches, and as you look up, everybody else is here. Some people haven't raised their heads yet, but you see that the majority of people have. And you see the council members up there, and the portal that you once entered is now closed. The scene is yours. What would you like to do?
How am I doing right now? Am I on the floor?
You are doing pretty darn chipper. You don't feel any pain whatsoever.
Okay.
Sorry, should have healed you up.
I am immediately going to back away from Julius. In like the immediacy of waking up. I'm just gonna like.
Wait, well, what? Have I got something on my face?
I'm gonna check the length of his hands, his arms,
Yeah, seems
and his
pretty normal.
eyes. You killed me!
What?
Well, it wasn't you. But... And then she's just going to sit down and just, like... Just think.
Darren, make a perception check. Hew, make a perception check for me, please. Let's have a look.
A 14.
As you look out across the room, you see Micah raise his head. And he's looking a bit groggy. And you see multiple others raise their head. Apart from two individuals. One that you're sat quite closely to. Actually, two people that you sit quite closely to. You see the silver white dragonborn that was part of the Leaf Springers has not raised their head. And one of the dwarves, this one here in particular, has not raised their head. And you see Micah sort of stands up. He looks around and he's got a blade drawn and his muscles are bulging and his face is in such a state that you can tell that this guy is, you would know, is raging. And he heads on over and he looks at both the council members and he just goes, "What is the meaning of this?" And he turns around and he notices that Esther has not come up. And he tries to sort of shake them awake. But to no avail right now. And he turns back up to the council members and he just goes, "Bring her back. Now." And they're just sat there sort of ignoring him. But he's just trying to shake Esther awake.
What do they?
And there's no reaction from
No.
council members.
What do they look like? Do they look like just the same as before we stepped into the portal, or?
Yeah, I'd say so. They're just completely unconscious.
I'd like to imagine at this point Lugas will sort of just lurch up and be like, "He has spoken! He talked to me!" And he's just going to go bounding towards the door.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, we'll get to that in just a second. I'll say you can. Well, which door? The southerly door or the easterly?
I mean,
door?
I guess he was going to the closest door, so
All right.
whichever one that is.
Yeah.
I get over the fire along the roasted pork.
Yeah. You sort of do a little bit of parkour. These people will be sat here. So I'll pop you there for now. Anything else anyone would like to do?
Could I slip into my true sight again?
Yes. Roll a perception check.
What?
Oh, fuck's sake!
God, you're rolling tonight, Vicky.
Yeah.
Even on the ones I'm good at.
So, I mean, this comes with a level of success in and of itself, right? Because the act of what you're doing allows you to see things that people can't. So, you turn around, you see this is just an empty tavern room. Clouded in shadows and mist. You see the fire pit in front of you is just completely inert. There's no smoking coals, there's no pigs being spit over the fire. And you turn to look at both council members, and you don't see them there. But where the middle one is sat is this flame. This continual flame that just appears to be burning.
Can I see Esther or the other one, the dwarf that hasn't woken up yet?
No.
Okay. I am going to back away from the flame, but I'm going to presumably back into Hew because I can't see him.
Yeah.
So Hew just, like, you see Flopsy, well, you feel Flopsy just, like, bash into you.
So that's going to startle. You go on.
No, you carry on.
So I think that'll kind of, Hew's just been sat there in kind of a stupor, like not really fully comprehending where he's back, where he is, and that's just going to startle him, and he's going to stand up in a panicked way, like really shocked, and kind of push the chair out. I'd imagine where he's sat, like his chair or bench is going to go towards the fire pit. And I kind of, he's going to, well, no, if it's Flopsy, he's I suppose he will be a bit more concerned. So Flopsy, where are we? What's happening?
And I'll hear that in whispers, I suppose.
You hear that in these echoey reverberations.
The flame that I'm seeing, does it look kind of grayscale, or is it like...
No, full colour.
Is it
and
sort
it
of
is
full colour?
It is violet.
Is it like argon coloured, or is it radiant? Is it
hellish
blue?
red?
Oh.
Lovely. You'll love to see it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn, man.
Shit.
And within a few moments go by, and you do see a couple of figures come into view. Esther in front of you. This is just lying as if you just saw her before your true vision, and behind you is one of the dwarf figures behind you.
I'm gonna keeping my eyes kind of on the flame a little bit. I'm gonna run to, well, I don't know, move things out of the way so that I can get to Esther.
Before Flopsy tries to move things out of the way, I'm presuming she's one of the only people. Is everyone else standing up, or are people sat down, or what?
Most of everybody is sat down, apart from sort of Micah, who's got up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she starts moving, I'm going to grab her by the sleeve, and I'm going to try and haul her back down into the chair.
Okay. Are you resisting Flopsy at all?
Yeah, because I'm going after Esther.
To be fair, you are right next to Esther, so...
Oh, well, I'll probably just like try and shrug him off then, so that I can like. I mean, is she lying down, sat down,
sort of
stood up?
just slumped completely over. So just
Okay,
as you
then
saw her.
You're
Then
gonna
I'm
have
gonna be
to
like
make a
reaching
check
out for her.
because I'm gonna try and pull you down.
Well, I mean, at this point, sort of, you guys are all within sort of 5 feet of the vicinity. So you've got So I'll just so Flopsy knows where you are. So where is Julius? So you're all around here. Do you see what I mean? So you're just in this sort of this triangle. This is Esther right here.
I don't know. I can't see.
Yeah. So you're basically within 5 feet of Esther and Flopsy. So.
Yeah, I'm just going to reach a hand out. I'm just going to be like shaking her awake, trying to do whatever I can. But I presume for like everyone else, what does everyone else see? Because I see myself like.
Yeah, everyone sees what you're doing. To be fair, you've got a hand on Esther, sort of moving her, and with it, what you're seeing and what they're seeing, there is no response. And Micah will just sort of. This is what everybody else sees. You don't see this, but he looks with these eyes of rage towards you, but they subside, and he sort of lets go of his rage, and he just says, "Flopsy, you must heal her, please."
Can I feel any of the battery power? For want of a better term, can I feel that in me?
Yeah.
Can I give it some of it? Like, transfer?
Channel it.
Channel it.
Channel battery power spell.
Because I'm a battery, right? That's basically what Ella called me. I'm a battery, which means that I can give as much as take.
My favourite Duracell Soul Sorcerer.
You know when you just get asked that thing as a DM, and you're just like, you know what, for fuck's sake, because it's just you know, just one of those mechanical things.
I'm sure this won't come back and bite you.
No, it's not that. It's just Vicky's quite a good D&D player. You see, it's. Can you roll a D20 for me, please, Vicky?
Just a D20.
Yes. As you are trying to do something you are not sure how to do.
7.
Unfortunately, no. But you get the sense that, from what you know about Argon, and you always feel it deep within you, this sense that this is something you could do. It's not. You don't know how. And nothing appears to take effect.
Right. You're just gonna hear like Flopsy's face as Julius is like reaching towards her, holding one hand, which I'm presuming is just like it's a soft thing that's kind of just moving my hand around. And then me holding onto the other one. You're just gonna see my face like scrunch up, like I'm concentrating really fucking hard, and then just an anguished cry of, I don't know how to do it.
So at that point, Julius is going to hug your arm really hard and try and pull you back down into the seat or wherever we were sat. I don't know. Sorry, I can't see the scene.
And I guess with the force of the, well, has the hellfire like changed at all, or is that still blazing beautifully?
It is almost pulsing, just.
Ooh, okay. I guess the sudden like yank will probably just like snap me out of it. And I'll see the room kind of come back. And I'll turn to Julius. She was there.
Julius. Okay. He looks angry. Just whatever you're doing, just fucking stop it.
She was there.
And he's looking around at everybody else.
And she'll turn to Micah, who's behind Julius. I couldn't do it.
Aye.
But... And she's gonna put her head down a little bit. The councilman... He's on fire.
And you will see him
He's flame.
draw his blade, and he will march all the way up to here. And he will place his sword in their direction. And he will just say, "What have you done? These were supposed to protect us." And yeah, Flopsy, as you're sort of looking over Esther now, you can see that the button on this bracer is fully depressed, right? This bracer has been activated. And the council member will just sort of turn his head, just big grin on his face. And he will just start to laugh and just go, "Not to worry. We've got a crowd to please." And he lifts his arms, and you feel all of your bodies just start to levitate and lift up from the ground. You can see all of the sort of plates and pots start to levitate as well. Julius, as you make your way over to the door, you feel this as well, but you just managed to grab hold of the door. What would you like to do?
Oh, Lugas.
Julius?
Oh, sorry, Lugas. Sorry.
I mean, I've got a mission to do. That door's coming open.
No, it's not. This door, as you open the handle and you just open it ajar slightly, make a perception check.
Did not have my sheet up, I apologise. 9.
9. All you see outside this door is darkness. Just pure black, and then the door slams shut. You try to open it again, and it is just closed. It is almost seized as your body starts to float and levitate, and all of your vision goes dark once again.
Oh, I've got a mission.
You are placed in a white chamber. This chamber is made of marble, and you all awaken. I'll pause it just for a second. Don't move. It's almost frighteningly bright as this light from this marble is just reaching out across the room, and it's almost blinding. And you are in a square room. You almost get the sense, all of you, that there's sort of you know that feeling when you think someone's watching you. You get this feeling that there's tons of people watching you right now. On the walls are just completely blank all around you, apart from just behind you is this engraving that you see. And then out in front of you is this marble floor. What would you like to do?
Music is way too chipper for the feelings.
I'm gonna like run over to Julius and like grab his arm.
All right, move taken where you want to be.
And say, she was there, slumped on the table, and I tried so hard. I felt like I could, but she was just, and then he was
Flopsy, enough! And I'm going to shout at her, but I'm not going to shout in real life because I'll wake the baby. I'll wake everyone up. Look, can you just stop for just a second, okay, please. Okay, can I just ask as well, because I'm also not in the scene. Is it just the four of us, or is it everybody?
Just the four.
Oh, just the four of us. Okay.
I will put it in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes.
Everybody has free movement at their token, by the way. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh.
Listen, can we just whatever you're doing, just stop doing it, okay? Don't do it right now.
Okay.
This music.
We'll have a conversation later.
Oh, yeah, I told you it was too chipper.
A little bit too chipper.
Can't hear it either.
And she'll kind of like, she'll just kind of take her hands away from your arm and just sort of like curl in on herself a little bit.
What is this then? Where are we?
What the fuck is going on? Will people stop teleporting us everywhere?
As you make your way forward one step, you step onto a plate that depresses underneath you. The walls either side of you open up, and within that line, you'll take 8 points of fire damage as this flame just shoots out like a scorching ray and just slaps you straight in the chest. Take 8 points of fire damage for me.
Okay.
And you are safe where you currently are.
Don't.
I am safe where I
anybody
currently am.
move.
What the fuck was that?
Hew, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Don't
You're on
move.
fire.
Yeah, my beard is smouldering.
Yeah.
Not your facial hair. No.
Flopsy's gonna like drop to the floor and like put her head on the floor and look to see if there's any indication of which tiles are slightly perhaps raised as like traps and depressions.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Or
No,
because I'm investigating for traps, technically.
Yeah, I'll allow you to investigate the sort of the row in front of you, but in order to investigate the ones further would be a perception. So your choice.
I've got to do. Perception has not been good, so I'm going to investigate the front row. My passive is 15, just so that you're aware of that one. So 15.
What is wrong with your dice?
Vicky.
I don't know.
There's some like
your dice. Just
but my passive is 15.
I know, but I'm just looking at your rolls. It's crazy. So you see Hew get hit by this essentially a scorching ray that just comes out. Your initial sort of reaction to the few couple of tiles in front of you, you don't really notice anything obtuse about them, but over a few moments, I'll say a good 20 to 30 seconds, you're sort of just glancing around with your passive investigation, just looking in your vicinity, and you do see that there is something off about most of the tiles in this first row, apart from this tile right here.
Okay. That's one. In front of Julius, that one's safe.
Are you sure?
All the others, I'm assuming all the others are the same colour as what Hew's tile is, right?
Yeah, every single
Like,
tile is exactly the
yeah.
same colour. You've just noticed, what I'll say on the tile that you noticed right there is the tiniest evidence that somebody had stepped on this plate. Whereas the others
It's
are
that one.
completely clean.
I'll step onto it.
That's the
Julius will step onto it and be
So-
completely safe.
So I'll move on to that one over there. I'll take a straight line from here to there, should I?
no, Hugh, no, don't do that. Go back the way you came from. Come to Julius's square, and then go forward when Julius comes off. The problem is though, I can't see. I need to be closer so that I can see the next row.
Hugh?
You want to go on this one?
Hugh?
Please, if that's all right.
Throw me at the doorway, please. I'm on a mission.
I was going to say, shall we just throw Lugas
Throw
across
you at the
room?
door. Okay.
I'm tiny. I weigh like 11
Yeah.
pounds or something.
I'm gonna. So mechanics based above the table. I'll treat you like a throwing weapon, essentially.
Yeah, sure. What I've got a short range of 20 feet.
Essentially.
I'll treat you like a business.
But so in order to throw, say, a dagger or something, it will be based on strength modifiers, that type of thing.
Hey.
I mean, I'm happy to throw you, but you could be carried by some form of mysterious.
Some form of floating hand.
I don't have that yet.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. All right, I'll throw you then.
Hey.
And I'll
Wait.
I'll pick him up, and as I do so, I'll look at the other two for approval before I start throwing colleagues.
I'm just gonna.
You got
Okay,
this, buddy. And I'm going to give Hugh bardic inspiration.
I have a mission. Given unto me by Tyr himself. Throw me Hugh.
Okay.
What is bardic inspiration? Is it a D4?
D6 at your level.
D6.
It's a D6. Nice.
So technically,
I could just throw a javelin.
Technically,
I'm not going to make you roll anything for this. Well, what I'm going to say is, I'm not going to make you roll, but... so are you chucking Lugas?
I'm on a mission.
Yes.
I have a mission.
All right. What I'm going to say, Lugas, is you will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Understandable.
So where do you want to chuck him to, Hugh, first of all?
What's my range?
You've essentially... essentially... I'm gonna rule it because technically you can throw him 60 feet, but I'm not gonna allow you to chuck him 60 feet. I will say that you can chuck him to this square here, 30 feet. I'm gonna give you that. I'm not gonna give you a whole. Your character's already overpowered, Adam. All right, I'm gonna rein it back in a little bit.
Yep, do it. Yeah, I've been told to throw. I will throw as hard as I can.
Well, I'll tell you what. Pick, because you're chucking towards the door, pick either this square or this square.
We'll go for the left square.
50-50 chance I could break my legs and then get blasted.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, please, Lugas.
Okay. 9. I'm not rolling good.
I'll
None of us are
say you do sort of have a nasty landing. You'll take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. But you do make it there, and you appear to be safe.
But I don't know if that's just me being too light. So, I don't know.
Lugas, is there like a off switch or something near you?
Is there?
Doesn't appear to be.
I'd like to take a step forward. Maybe there's a big, like some confetti cannons go off saying, "You've completed trial 1."
You take a step forward and no confetti cannons come forward, but you feel a sense of yay.
I feel a sense of yay. The mental equivalent to confetti cannons.
Julius, I can tell you now that it's. I'm fairly certain it's the square in front of you because you can't go sideways. Because neither of those are safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go with it, I guess, because I can't see. Trust exercise. I step forwards.
You step forwards and nothing seems to
Yep.
happen.
Okay.
Flopsy, you go first. You'll be able to. You seem to know what you're doing here.
I'm gonna say I'm very sorry, Julius, but I'm gonna get down onto the floor again between his legs and like try to see what I can see on the selection of tiles in front of him.
Oh, the tiles. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Just making sure you weren't checking something else.
Wasn't checking anything else.
Yeah. Well,
The tiles on the floor that I'm more interested in.
It's my job as a DM. I gotta ask those questions. Yeah, you
Wait, hang on a second. You said that there was a mosaic or something on the back, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like, what's on that mosaic?
What does it say?
Well, now you ask. There is.
Thank you.
There's something on there.
Is there a puzzle?
Is there? Is
There's a
there
9x7
something
there. Oh.
helpful?
Oh,
That could help
Oh
us?
my god. Wow.
Is it?
Who would have guessed?
Is that literally what
Oh.
it says?
Look at that. Yeah, see? That's it.
Okay. So we're following that.
That's we're following that.
Well, there we
Yep.
go.
We'll hop across.
all right. I'll pause it there. Oh, I rolled. Hang on. Ignore that one. Oh.
Motherfucker.
Worse.
Hew and Julius, a scorching ray comes out from both sides, and you both take 9 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
So that will put you to 15. Hew, do your 9 points of fire damage. But you are currently safe where you are, Hew.
Okay. I mean, I didn't want to do this so early, but can I open the bag of squirrely Dans
Oh
and then see the monster floor?
Oh no. You are going to peril.
Wait, what?
I'd say
I'm just gonna-
what a fantastic idea, but above the table, you might want to get out of the way.
Yeah. Attract back. Line 1.
Yeah. Everybody, go back.
Cool.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
And Andy,
Yes.
looking at the picture,
Yeah.
what's its orientation?
It
It's
is.
upside
It is
down.
as you see it. So, it is as you are looking at it. It is on this rear wall here.
Yeah, I know, but does it show where the corridor out is?
I mean, what you see is what you get.
I mean, could like.
I think it's upside down. I think
Yeah.
But I did step
I
forward
think it-
twice, right, though, at the beginning?
Yeah, so we started, you see where it goes right, so at the top,
Mm-hmm.
right across 5.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's where you started, that 90-degree angle. And
But I
that's
thought
1,
I went
2.
forward twice. I went forward twice, though, didn't I?
Yeah, which would be,
Yeah,
that's
and
where
it
that's where
does
you would be.
So it's a diagonal.
Then you would go
Yeah.
diagonal to here. Oh, there we go. That's that one.
I will take your guys' word from it, because now I see why having Foundry or not having Foundry was a bit of a issue.
Yeah. Kate
we not
messaged me
unleashed
going,
Snowy
I
down?
probably won't have access to Foundry tonight. I was like, wow, you picked this night.
Oh yeah, I've been pinging. She can't see it.
So, Julius, are you taking Flopsy's word for it, are you?
Yeah.
Shit.
You'll take
This is where he goes.
6 points of fire damage.
Right.
You're currently on 9 hit points, Julius.
Everybody back to the beginning.
In my
I'm
head,
right.
there's this.
You enjoy yourselves.
In my head, there's this montage of like Flopsy being like, "It's that one. I'm definitely sure it's that one." And then Julius getting blasted by various bits of fire.
So,
Okay, maybe it wasn't that one, but that's what you get for shouting at me.
Hew and Julius, you're currently both on a depressed platform. Flopsy, you're completely safe. Lugas, you're completely safe.
Right. I mean,
I'm going to take a step that way back to where we were,
And the
and
platform
I'm
just goes-
going back to the.
Lugas,
hey,
do you just see one large corridor?
I mean, it sort of turns off to the left after a bit.
Right. Okay.
No left.
Is it left after a square or two?
Sorry? What do you mean?
You said it turns left. Is it left within sort of like a square or two, or is it a left that's like 10 or more?
I mean, the turning starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares away from you.
40
That's
feet.
when it starts. 40 feet. Let me count.
Is that the only mosaic thing that
Yeah.
we see on the back wall?
That's it,
That's
yeah.
the only one.
It's the only thing.
So if we've gone up, and Hew went to the left, which is where the red line goes, and that was a shit square.
Bad.
Unless we have to go up one more because there's a little bit of square there.
I'll be my guest.
Right. Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay. I'm just gonna go
healing
for
word
it. 1,
myself.
2.
Just bear in mind.
I'm gonna go here.
No.
Can I healing word myself, please?
Okay, I'm glad you retconned that one. So,
Do I?
a scorching ray just flies out. Roll me 2d6, Julius, for your healing word. Flopsy,
Just
you'll take
fine.
5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
5 and a 1.
5 and a 1 plus 4, so that'll be 10, right?
Not too bad.
2d4 plus 4 for healing. Oh, no, what's your spellcast mod?
My spellcasting modifier is great question. Where are the
Your spellcast modifier is plus 4. Yeah, you're good.
I am confuzzled about this.
Yeah, because it's not matching up. Right. So my
Yeah,
square's bad. Julie's square's bad. Hugh's square's bad.
You've only got
This
one
one.
direction that you haven't got in.
So it must be the one behind Julius.
Go on.
Yeah, give it a go. Why not?
Go on. Or you could step down one and like drop something on it. So it
Yeah.
goes.
I mean, if you came back here, I could just let the squirrely Dans deal with all of the traps.
Well, no, because I'm presuming that if there's a line in front of you, you're still going to get
Same.
hit by a
Yeah.
scorching ray that comes out of the wall.
And you've just stepped off yours and it raised back up. So it's not like they're going to just be depleted.
Yeah, and I will say, because you've unleashed your squirrely dance before, they do take a long time before they stop. As you can imagine, you
Okay.
get this sort of epiphany in your head, Hew, that if you did unleash your squirrely dance, you would eventually see all of the depressed tiles after a certain amount of time, but it would take a long time for them to stop running around like crazy, setting them all off.
Okay. Yep.
So, great idea, can work.
What I don't understand is why this one, like, below me is safe, because that's... Using your map, there's nothing that would be, like, 3 away and then up to be safe, because it's 5 one way and 4 the other.
Maybe we can all just agree that this map was drawn by an idiot.
Yeah, I would
Is
not
there?
trust them.
Here's
to
a
design
question.
and beat them.
Has anything in the mosaic been adjusted? Like, can I see that someone's like drawn in crayon on it, or like changed the map design, rubbed bits out, added things?
With your passive investigation, no, it does just appear to be a stone carving that has been carved once and only once.
Can I
Shit.
look at this? Can I look at the ceiling?
Nothing appears to be on the ceiling.
Not even a sturge.
Not even a sturge.
Do you want me to look ahead? As I did say earlier, I am kind of on a mission. As I suppose all of us are, but...
Yeah, can your mission be to keep us alive?
I mean, does anyone desperately need healing? I can help.
It is at this point that you all hear a gong. Just dong.
Oh.
And then another dong. Dong. So it sort of just goes dong, dong. And then after a few more moments, dong.
It's like the Hunger Games. It's like a dong for every single person that goes down, probably.
Or
I wouldn't rip
makes
off
it
Hunger
through.
Games as well.
Okay.
Why don't we just go back to the old, looking where people have stepped previously?
Okay.
That seemed to work well enough to begin with.
Rather than trying
Right,
every option.
I will check for depressions or tiles that have been stepped on.
With your passive investigation, you know that basically you've stepped on every other tile but that one. So you should be... Yeah, there you go. You're good to go there. Thinking about it now, Flopsy, your intuition that the map was in an alternate orientation to begin with, you sort of think to yourself again, maybe it is in the wrong orientation, but not the orientation that you thought was incorrect to begin with.
So, like...
As you imagine you're viewing the mosaic on the wall behind, everything else is...
Yeah, I'm going to say this is where Vicky's going to need help. I have no spatial awareness whatsoever.
Yeah.
I can't...
You get the sense that the map is reversed.
Upside down.
Not upside down, reversed.
So we went up 3, and then we need to go right 4, and then up 3 again,
Okay.
and then left 5. Right, I'm just gonna move. So that was 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I should make sure this is right. 1, 2.
Haven't been...
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is doing my head like no good.
There you go.
This is
Go
just
up
It
to.
hurt my head making it.
I just realised what was going on.
and then
With the map. Been...
1, 2,
go over
3, 4.
4.
And then it's gonna
Oh,
be
hang on. So 1,
I'll say
One,
Q.
2.
Yeah, okay, fair.
You can just follow. Just
Um,
follow.
but
So then diagonal down,
down and then
and then up to here,
1, 2,
and then to the corner.
You've been
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello.
Ta-da.
Yay!
Oh my god, I didn't have to do that.
Julius is going to make his way over as well. Hugh,
Yeah, I was following you guys the whole
it was
time.
just you in the middle of this room now, Hugh.
It's just me now, is it? Okay.
Lord.
Right. Hang on.
Wait,
I'm just gonna.
hang on. Wait. Just for the sake of, I know I'm not there. I've got some chalk. I'm gonna mark
You got some
each
chalk.
step as we go, so that Hugh can see where to go.
Alright. Hugh, happy to make your way following this chalk?
Absolutely.
Cool. You all make it into the corridor where you will hear a gong. Gong.
Ah, okay.
So it's a
Gone,
gong
but
for
it went,
completion.
It is a opposite Hunger Games
Right.
gong. And that is where
Everyone live.
we will go ahead and end our session.
Oof.
Oh, it was a heavy one.
Oh.
Lots of
I had a
things.
pretty good time.
You had a fantastic time.
I had a lovely time.
As I'll say
You
it,
were like getting talked at, and then there's me getting stabbed. Like,
Yeah. I was like, you what's
Yeah.
Yeah, been a while.
I do
It's great to
things.
see
I
you.
do things on purpose. I have this architecture in my head. It makes sense. All right, read into it what you will. But we're dying to know, Lugas, what hand did you shake?
I did decide earlier.
I've got it written down.
I think I shook his left hand.
Then you've done a good job, sir. Very good. And with that, as Lugas has shaken his correct hand, thank you very much. And I hope you all had fun. We're going through some dark times, setting up the scenes for things. It's going to get a bit jollier from here. Who knows? Or it could get darker. We never know. I hope you all had a great time. I hope you enjoyed watching my 3 fans that are out there. Maybe 4 these days. I'm not even sure anymore. I know my mate Mike, he found it on the off chance. He went, "Is this you?" And I went, "Yeah." And he's enjoyed it at work. So there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're up to 5. And then Vicky's mum.
Is that-
Everyone give Vicky's
Yeah,
mum a
Vicky's
wave.
mum. My
Ma-
mum.
Hi, Vicky's mum.
Cheers,
Bye, Vicky's
guys.
mum.